What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the What's Good Games podcast. I'm Andrea Renee, joined in studio by special guest Chastity.
Hey, everybody. Good to be here.
So, tell me exactly how to pronounce your last name so I don't screw it up.
It's Vincencio.
Vincencio.
Yes. I get a lot of Vincenzo. I get a lot of, they think I'm Italian.
I mean, it looks Italian on paper.
It does look Italian on paper. It does, yeah.
Vincencio.
Vincencio.
Ooh, I love that.
Thank you.
We also have Miss Brittany Brumbacher here.
Hello. Someone with another last name that's hard to pronounce.
Yes, everyone messes up your last name. It's true. It's a big thing. But no one messes up Christine Steimer's last name. Or do they?
Oh, that's not true at all, but hi.
Wait, what did they say?
People call me Steamer a lot.
Really?
Steamer. Oh, boy. Well, that's something else.
You're like, is it Steamer? I'm like, no,
it's not.
No,
it's not Steamer.
It's really not Steamer.
Well, welcome to the What's Good Games studio.
Thank you. I love it in here. It's so cute, and I love all of the decorations.
Oh, thank
Nicely
you.
Done.
Yeah, I have a toy problem.
It's good.
It's a thing.
It's great.
But it makes for good background on the set.
Oh my God, there are Pikachus in love behind me.
Oh yeah. So I don't know if
they're so cute. I love them.
These two little Pikachus were a gift when John and I got married from my friend Yesenia, who works at the Pokemon Company.
They're so cute, and they're holding a heart.
See, there's one Pikachu has a little flower.
Oh,
that's me, and the other
cute.
Pikachu is John, because he doesn't wear flowers in his hair.
Maybe John likes flowers in his hair.
He might. No, he doesn't. No. Mm-mm.
That's adorable.
But yeah, they're cute.
That's a really cute gift.
But I thought about putting them on the set somewhere, but we just, the problem is we have so much cute stuff. It's hard to
sit on the couch for now.
Yeah, they just come here. You can see. There you go.
They're
right on the corner of the shot.
They're part of the show now.
But we had a big announcement this week with you. So you put out this really fun video earlier in the week of you impersonating Nick Fury.
From the Avengers.
It's so good.
Yes.
Because you have now assembled this amazing cast of people for the GameSpot co-op stage at E3.
Yes, I'm so excited. I was just itching to tell everyone who I was working with because I was just really excited for weeks, but I knew I had to wait for the video. It's the best way to announce everything. And it was super fun. We told everyone to just do dumb versions of superpowers. You guys did a great job. We've got a pencil trick. We've got some zoom in with the eyes. A dog appeared. There were bubbles. That was really great. And all the other groups did really fun things as well. Funhouse took it very literally, and they all were Avengers in that video. Kind of funny. And then WWE are going to be part of it too. I'm very psyched about that. So yeah, we have a great lineup, and I'm really stoked to work with you guys.
Yeah, we are pumped. It's going to be an awesome time at E3 this year. So just as a reminder for everybody who's listening and or watching, you can catch our What's Good Games panel on the GameSpot co-op E3 stage Tuesday, June 12th at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and that's at Gamespot.com. Is there any other places they can catch the live stream, or is that just where you guys are pointing people?
Yes, Gamespot.com is where we're pointing people, but you can also watch it on GameSpot's Twitch channel, so twitch.tv/GameSpot, or YouTube. It's also GameSpot, yeah. So basically, wherever you want to watch it.
GameSpot's everywhere.
Yes.
And you guys are partnered with Twitter Gaming as well.
Yes. Yeah, we might be streaming on Twitter as well, so keep a lookout for that. We're partnering with them. So I'm not sure what the exact details of that are, but we are definitely partnering with them. So they might either just link to the streams or be able to Periscope them as well. But I'm not sure yet. But it's very exciting.
We'll find out. Don't worry. We'll relay it to you guys.
Yes.
We also will be doing quite a bit at E3 in addition to appearing on the GameSpot co-op stage.
Ooh.
We are appearing on the Facebook Live studio, which is going to be on the E3 Facebook page. So I believe that's facebook.com/E3 Expo. Let me double check that.
That's exciting.
Yeah, we partnered with them last year for the Raise Their Game initiative that they're doing, and they are going really big this year. Yes, it is facebook.com/E3 Expo, where all of our videos will be live streaming. We got 3 days of streams kicking off on Tuesday morning, The exact time is still TBD, but we will be live by noon Pacific time for sure. But we might kick things off a little bit earlier. We're still working on those final details now, but it's going to be great. We've got a lot of cool people coming by. We've got interviews with developers. We've got some creators coming by. We've got some celebrity guests. It's going to be a long week, Chastity.
That's awesome. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of prep.
Yeah,
but it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
It's been Brittany. Brittany, what are you laughing at?
Oh, nothing. I love my life.
Our lives are great.
They are.
Everything is good, and we are getting plenty of rest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very well rested. 9 hours of sleep a night. It's great.
So rested.
Is that you're shaking your 5-hour energy in front of the camera?
Oh, dude, I'm living off of these energy shots.
Oh my gosh.
The other day, my stomach felt like cold. And I'm like, is this because I've had too much caffeine? What's happening here? I don't think this is a side effect. I don't know.
Your
It's fine.
stomach felt
Everything's fine.
cold?
Yeah, it was really strange. And I think, I was buzzing off too much caffeine. And I'm like,
Oh,
I don't
man.
think this is normal, but I survived. I drank a lot of water and I lived to tell the tale.
Man.
Just balance it out with the water, and I think you'll be all right. I'm not a
But
doctor,
don't
though.
die from
Yeah,
5-hour energy.
Please don't die.
Yeah,
just blame
maybe
E3.
you should scale back on those, Britt. I think the thing in those that's really not good for you is has a lot of taurine in them, right?
I think I've averaged like one a day. And for me, that's a lot of caffeine because I don't drink coffee. So I think I'm just really sensitive to it. I think that's what happened. Because only one of these has as much caffeine as a cup of premium coffee. So that's not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But
I remember the first time I ever drank one of those, my hand was shaking slightly. But also, I was the same as you. I could not drink coffee regularly. So I was just like, well, I need to be awake. It's so early in the morning. And I just took the entire thing, and then my hand was shaking.
no.
Did that happen to you at all?
No,
Okay,
I never take it on an empty stomach, and I always make sure I'm, only take like a quarter at a time. Otherwise, you will die.
Smart.
But
Very
goodness,
smart.
That's great.
Yeah.
I used to take up to 2 of those a day. Is that bad?
Dang.
Is that bad? But I also used to drink
I
double
think you
Red
just have
Bulls.
a high tolerance, Andrea.
Yeah, I process caffeine, like I metabolize caffeine at an inhuman rate. It's not good.
That's the key. Conditioning yourself.
Exactly. Otherwise I get the caffeine, the caffeine headaches. Those are the worst. Such a slave to caffeine. It's not good. But let's not dwell on all our addiction to caffeine. I announced earlier this week that I'm going to be at EA Play, which is super exciting. So you guys can watch me start the pre-show at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time at EA.com and everywhere else that is streaming the EA press conference. So there's a bunch of watch-alongs happening. I know you guys are streaming the conferences, right?
Yes, we are.
Kind of Funny Games is going to be doing a watch-along. If you guys want to check them out at twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. Britt and Steimer will be there in the audience.
Nice.
Throwing panties at you all day, every day.
I'll bring some extras.
Bring
Swing
some
'em.
extras.
They'll be clean. Don't worry.
Okay.
Just to clarify, Andrea's not just going to be at EA Play. She's going to be hosting the bitch.
Yes.
She's going to be the one.
That's
why she's getting all the
amazing.
lacy things thrown at her. She deserves them.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
gonna
you
be,
do.
It's
That
gonna
is
be really
awesome.
fun. So Jose Sanchez and I are gonna be doing some stuff in the pre-show, which is really fun. He worked with EA last year, and then I'm gonna be kicking off the press conference and hosting some cool segments throughout the show, which I can't talk about. And then I'll be doing some live stuff at the Fan Fest throughout the weekend, which is going to be fun as well.
That is
'Cause
so cool.
This is this 3-day gaming festival, and they are going really big at FanFest this year, you guys. I can't tell you yet.
Oh my god,
But-
this is so exciting.
It's gonna be really cool.
The hype is real.
I'm pumped.
The hype is so real right now.
It's gonna be a whole week, you guys. But
I was about to say, Andrea, you just like doubled your E3. Because like normally E3 is the
Is
next
already a
week, but now
lot.
it just keeps getting bigger.
Yeah.
It's longer and bigger. That's what she said.
Yes.
I would hold up the pillow if it. Wait, I can almost.
Wait. You
It's-
can do it. I
it's
believe
there.
in you. There you go.
Da
There it is.
da 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 da.
I'm just so excited for you, Andrea, Renee. It's gonna be
Thanks.
I'm
great.
very excited.
I can't wait
ladies.
to watch you and be like, she's so pretty. If you hear people
That's
yelling
great.
that, it's us.
I'll be like, thanks, time. It'll be great. It'll be great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough about our E3 plans. We, of course, will have all of that at on our social media channels. That's twitter.com/what'sgood_games, facebook.com/what'sgoodgames, instagram.com/what'sgoodgames official. And of course, you can find our hub of what we're going to be doing at E3 at what'sgoodgames.com. So it's going to be great. And in case you forgot, this is the What's Good Games podcast, your source for video game news, commentary, analysis, and funny stuff. And I think now is probably a good time for us to get into some news. And don't forget, we are doing our Turbo Patron shoutouts later on in the show. Big thank you at the top of the show to all of our fine folks at patreon.com/what'sgoodgames. Did our first live pre-show today for our new tier.
How'd it go?
It went okay, actually.
All right.
There wasn't a fire or anything, so that's good.
That's a good
No,
sign.
we just were frozen for a little bit. Brimer was the thing that came into existence.
There was a sandwich of me and Brittany. That was fun.
a sandwich.
So it was like my top of my head, and then it was Steimer's face, and like me from the neck down. So we became one unit.
Nice.
We were one being, one creature.
It's what we've been destined to become.
Yes, absolutely. It was a good time.
like a Dragon Ball fusion. I love it.
Dragon Ball Fusion, yes.
Love
was really
it.
fun.
I don't get this reference, but I'm
That's
going to
okay.
smile and pretend like I do.
I don't get it either, Steimer. It's okay. You're not alone. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump into the news because there's a lot to talk about. So first is the Destiny 2 news. So we all knew that they were going to be having this big expansion in the fall, but this week Bungie did a live stream with Deej and some of the other folks from the development team to talk about Forsaken, which is the name of the third expansion for Destiny 2. They showed a little bit of gameplay, and they talked a lot about what their year 2 plans are. So I'm going to read a little bit of the write-up that comes from IGN.com. It says, Destiny 2 players are looking for more will have their prayers answered on September 4th. That's the release date. That's when Bungie plans to start games year 2 with the release of the newest Destiny 2 expansion. In a stream, first details were released that showed just how seriously it's taken some of the criticisms that have been leveraged against the sequel's longevity and lack of content. To answer some of the fan base's restlessness, Bungie has announced new areas of play, new weapon type, new game mode, and an all-new raid. Well, it's about time. Destiny 2 had 2 content updates since its October release last year. Of course, Warm Wind. That's for you, Bruce. And Curse of Osiris. But of course, they haven't had a full new raid. They just had a raid lair. But the new raid that's coming in the fall is called the Dreaming City and will be fully fledged, meaning it'll be a brand new area. They said more raid bosses than any other raid previously, which
Hooray.
is pretty exciting.
That
if they can
sounds
beat
intense.
If they can beat Crota, that's pretty good. Crota's still one of my favorite raids. Are you big into Destiny?
I played a lot of Destiny 2 when it first came out, and then I fell off, and I haven't done any of the expansions after that. But I loved it for the initial first 2 months, and I was hooked on it, and that's what I did after work every day. So I think this is when I'm going to jump back in. I think I'm going to jump back in for Forsaken.
Yeah, it sounds like the quality of life changes that they're making are really a step in the right direction.
I'm really excited for the new mode, Gambit. It sounds really interesting. I'm intrigued by the mix of the PvE and the PvP. And it's interesting because you are fighting your own enemies on the different sides. So it's 4v4. But so you have to collect all the motes and then you put them in a bank so that they will populate more bad guys on the other side. So you're just kind of trying to mess up the other side, and then you can sometimes send one person in, and it sounds like a lot of fun. They're going to have it playable at E3, and I think that will be really cool to jump into.
Yeah, so this was the part of the reveal that I was the most excited about. Gambit, this new mode which Chastity is describing. I think it's a really interesting take on combining cooperative elements along with competitive elements. I think that this is going to really marry what people who played Prison of Elders and really loved it like me, really enjoyed about that expansion, the House of Wolves, and then of course bringing in a little bit of the Crucible elements. The direct PvP nature we have yet to see how it plays out in action, because there is this point where you're going to be able to kind of warp into the arena where your opponents are playing and kind of interfere with them somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to be able to just kill them outright or...
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Yeah.
Once in a while, one person can go in. So do they kill them or do they just mess things up?
Well, we're going to find out at E3.
Yeah.
That's where people are going to be getting hands-on. Ladies, are either of you, your skirt blown up for this?
Also, there's a bow and arrow.
I'm
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk
always
about that.
interested in new Destiny things with you. But I didn't actually get to catch this live stream happening, so I just have like read articles on it.
So I
feel like it would have been more fun to like see the gameplay or see the new areas.
So I watched the live stream, and honestly, at this point, I am just so lost when it comes to Destiny talk because I can't keep track of what is what came out on the first Destiny. What are they comparing this to? I don't know. But what I do know is that I'm at a point now where if this wasn't the week before, well, I guess this is the week of E3 technically, and there wasn't a million things to do, I would probably look at hopping into Destiny 2 again. I think all of the expansions and all of these new things to discover and the tweaks they're making, it sounds like it's a good time to hop in. Like you were saying, Chastity, I played Destiny 2 for the first not 2 months, maybe the first few weeks or so, and then I dropped off, and I loved the first Destiny. So I have some history there. I'd like to hop back in. Skirt's not totally blown up. Maybe it's skirted a little bit above my knees. It's not going all the way up of my face. My eyes are still open.
There's a light breeze under there.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's where the level of excitement is at. Yeah.
Yeah.
The light breeze.
See, my excitement's a little bit stronger than a light breeze, and I think it's because I've been raiding with the What's Good Guardians. Shout out to
Nice.
the clan, and I've been really rediscovering all the things that I love about Destiny. And while I'm still a little salty that Warmind was kind of as lame as it was, yes, I'm excited for all of these changes. I think they are overdue. And what I said on Games Daily when I was talking to Greg about it was I'm trying really hard to focus on the positive about what I love about Destiny and what is coming in the future and what's going to be great. But that being said, I still need to say that in the back of my mind, I can't help but keep going back to the thought, this is what Destiny 2 should have been at launch. They should have added new supers. An additional super, I should say. They should have added another enemy type, which is what they're adding in the fall. They should have added a new mode like this. And granted, they had these a few of those things in Destiny 2 when it launched, but Destiny 2 just didn't feel like a fully fledged sequel. I think that a lot of Destiny players all agree on that. And while these changes are great and I'm excited and yes, I'm going to play, it's kind of well, you probably have lost a lot of players that aren't going to give you a chance back. I mean, look at you guys' response, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
And I think the real thing that's maybe going to be a hang up for players like you ladies and other people out there who are maybe I'm sort of interested, but not really, is the pricing, because that seemed to be something that was very controversial during the reveal. Now, I bought the original base game of Destiny several times. We had at one point,
I bought it
John
at
and
least
I
twice.
had 6 Destiny discs floating around the house.
Wow.
Well, because when you bought each expansion back then, we just didn't have the digital codes. We had the we would get sent the discs that came with the expansion, and then so we had all of these discs.
Got it.
But I spent and I had the collector's edition, which had another disc, and then I got the collector's edition for the Taken King, which had another disc. And there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of discs.
For days.
Or maybe it was Rise of Iron. I don't remember. Anyway.
That's why I like digital now. Get out of my house, you discs.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
So let's talk a little bit about this price. So the big kind of controversy was all around the new annual pass that they've announced. So the DLC by itself, if you already own Destiny 2, is going to be $40 or $70 with the annual pass, which includes additional premium content. So they're essentially taking what used to be, free seasonal updates, adding more content, and now paying and making you pay for it. Now they have said that they're still going to be doing, sporadic seasonal updates for people who've just bought the base game. But I'm kind of in the school of thought that I'm okay with them charging the annual pass. And that's because there are other games out there, plenty of other games that charge subscriptions that say, hey, you pay the subscription, we'll get you new content. And I don't care that Destiny is going that route. My only gripe about it is that I want them to rebalance how they distribute cosmetic items and make them not so expensive. I don't mind paying for content, but if it's not free to play, you got to bring the price of the cosmetics down. Or you got to increase how fast I earn them through in-game play.
No,
So I'm assuming
Yeah.
you have to, and this would make sense, have the other expansions in order to play this one.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
So you didn't need to have, you didn't need to have Curse of Osiris to play Warmind, but now you're going to have Curse of Osiris and Warmind to play Forsaken.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's new.
That's kind of a bummer.
But does it make sense? Do you have to be of a certain level anyway? So do you need those expansions to get to that point?
Pretty much.
I don't know the Destiny.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, so I'm right now like light level 365, so I'm like midway up to like where the new cap is, and so in order for me to compete once Forsaken comes out, if I really want to like play against, you know, or with people that I have been playing with, I mean, you gotta play the expansions, but also like Bungie has been very clear that they have decided to focus on people who are playing Destiny as a hobby. They said that quite a bit during the stream, this idea of Destiny as a hobby. We want to encourage people who are playing daily, who are playing weekly, who are going for the clan engrams, who are, you know, setting up appointments to raid with their friends. Like, they want to cater to the people who are making this a lifestyle, because it's a games of service. And the only way for them to do that is to focus on those people, because they've been really having trouble splitting the content between people who want all of the end game content to be better, but also trying to cater to people who only want to pay for the base game. And I'm kind of the mindset that, like, you got to stop catering to people who only bought the base game a year post launch. Like, sure, cater to those people for the first 6 to 12 months. Absolutely. But then when you got to, we're talking about year 2 of content, if those people aren't willing to buy or to purchase DLC in year 2, I feel like it's not beneficial to either communities by trying to cater to them. Say, hey, thank you so much for playing the base game. We hope you guys liked all that content. Look at all this stuff that you can still play. You can still do all these Crucible maps. You can still do this Nightfall. You can still do all of this stuff. But this other cool stuff that we're working on, someone's got to pay the bills around here, right? Yeah.
I'm confused. This might be a really stupid question, but so the annual pass is, and they've like outlined the, you know, winter 2018, spring 2019, summer 2019 content releases already. I'm like, are those supposed to be expansion type things, or are they other type? Like, what is the 1-to-1 for those that we would have seen already?
That's a great question.
Mhm.
I don't think we have an answer to that yet. They weren't very specific about that on the stream.
Right.
And I think what we're going to do is we're hopefully going to find out more about that at E3. Hopefully.
Yeah, it seems like Forsaken's like the big expansion, and then possibly like a couple of smaller expansions. I feel like that's what you would get in an annual pass. And as a lapsed gamer, like I'm more inclined to just get Forsaken by itself, because I don't know if I'm gonna like the smaller expansions, but I feel like I'm gonna really like Forsaken. But I don't know. I'm excited to jump back in though.
Yeah, it's going to be great. You should play with us.
I will.
Are you playing on PS4?
I am playing. I have PS4 and PC, but I'm farther on PS4 because that's where I played with GameSpot folks. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
play together.
Yeah,
It'll be
alright.
fun.
All right.
Will they let me bump my light level?
That is something that I hope they do. So they have done that in the past, where you get like the little like light crystal thingy. I don't remember them.
Please.
Do you remember what they're
I'm
called?
so far behind.
Please.
Well, they might not
No,
actually
I don't remember.
let you bump your light level, but they'll let you bump your overall level. But then once
Yeah,
you do
but
that,
overall
your
level's
light level
garbage
will
anyway.
follow. They kind of go hand in hand. But yeah, so like when they released, I believe it was Rise of Iron, you were able to like fast track one character up to the max level, I think. Or
It's just the max level, right? Not the
not light level, the experience level. It's confusing. I know.
There are multiple levels
Brit's
here.
like, what?
So you have the new enemies. Did you
Yes.
get the new location that you were hoping for?
Well,
So we've got Dreaming
That
Cities,
sounds like a no.
Dreaming Cities, the Awoken's homeworld. I guess that's cool. That's somewhat interesting, but it's like mostly an area for like endgame content. It's got like puzzles and interesting secrets to discover, but I don't know if I'm super stoked about that aspect of it.
so the other place is called
The Reef?
the something shores, and it's in the reef. So I'm excited that we're going back to the reef, because I don't think we spent really enough time there. We haven't really spent a lot of time there since House of Wolves. I'm thinking of Prison of Elders. And we didn't really do a lot of story content on the reef, I mean, obviously we had the Awoken Queen and her weird brother and their whole weird storyline. And hopefully we'll find out what's happening with her. But they have this new prison that they're talking about, how Cade 6 has been putting all these bad guys in this prison. And now there's going to be a prison break. I'm excited to see all that content. What happens is that I feel like Destiny introduces these tidbits of lore that are really exciting, and then they are like, okay, that's it. And I'm like, but I just got here. I don't wait. And then they don't let you go back and replay it, which is kind of frustrating, because in Destiny original, you could go back and play the story missions over and over again if you wanted to. But you can't really do that right now in Destiny 2 unless you start an alt character, and even then it's not the same.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Can we talk really quick about the weapons?
Yeah.
So we got the new
triple
bow and
shotguns,
arrow.
everybody.
Yes, you can get triple shotguns if you want. It's going to be madness, but I don't know. I don't know if I would want to do that. I would try it though. I'd try it just to try it.
I'd say it's no bueno, because those Vex hobgoblins, man, that snipe you, you gotta have a way to shoot them from a distance. Like with this new bow and arrow that you've now brought up twice, that I keep interrupting you every time you bring it up.
It's supposed to be really powerful. So
right?
I just want to sport a bow and arrow.
So they said that they're going to have
bow and arrow.
a short, medium, and long range bow and arrow.
Cool.
So that to me sounds like 3 weapon slots.
So like a shotgun bow, like in Assassin's Creed Origins.
Sweet.
Ooh, like a bow with like multiple spread.
It seems possible in Destiny.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
That was very fun to use, I have to say. I was like, boom. I have 5 arrows to the chest. So.
I feel like that's the only kind of bow and arrow I could ever use, because my accuracy is just pure shit. So if I can get like a shotgun or like something semi-automatic mixed with a bow, I think I will be okay. Because I can't use bows in games. My accuracy is too bad. This might be my one shot, my one opportunity. Will I capture it, or will I let it slip?
Just dropping some M&M. It's totally cool.
I love it.
Brett, I think you could do it if you just practice. That's all it takes. It's
Girl,
just
I've been practicing for 25 years.
With a bow and arrow?
Well, not with a bow, with just accuracy in games in general. It's gotten worse.
Or have you been practicing your rap skills? Can't tell.
Well, yeah, they're both about the same amount of shitty, so it's,
I don't know. It sounded pretty good to me.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
I think you know
Big
more
fan.
rap than like Andrea and I. You're always like spitting things off, and we're like, wait, what are you talking about?
True.
Be nasty, bitches.
Damn.
That's my name. Anyway.
Anyway.
As we were.
I am excited for the quality of life changes, being able to like mass delete shaders, getting 200 more vault slots, being able to not have restrictions to the weapons. They're doing something with the mod system. They are doing reworks to exotic armor, which they've already started to detail. So this is all good. I'm gonna try to remain optimistic and positive and hope that this is all awesome. Still gonna say it should have happened a year ago, but better late than never.
Yes.
And
indeed.
we'll
How
let you know.
amazing is it when they release Destiny 3 and it's gonna be like the same shit all over again?
We're not even entertaining that conversation, Steimer. It's
Andrea's
not happening.
doing real good at being optimistic and looking at the glasses.
I love it.
I'm trying to be positive, Steimer.
We remain optimistic.
It's gonna be really good. Everything's amazing.
Great. There's a super.
It's gonna be really fun.
There's a super called Fire Knives, and that's exactly what it is.
Wait.
It's just fire knives. That's so
What does that
great.
mean? You spin around and throw fire knives?
Fire knives. I'm gonna yell fire knives when I use it.
That's the new Hunter Super, right?
I think
it's
so.
it's a rework of Golden Gun.
Dope.
I was about to say that sounds like a pew pew. Do you guys remember that old video on the internet where he was like fireball, fireball? It was like people playing like LARPing.
That's exactly
No.
what I'm gonna do with fire knives. Fire knives. Fire
Perfect.
knives. Fire knives.
Fire knife.
And
you
another
have
is
to,
there's like
because
a.
otherwise you can't count the damage points.
It's true. And there's a giant hammer that you can slam down and turn into a fire tornado. And that's the last thing I'll say. That's
Sorry,
really
what?
cool. There's like a giant hammer and you slam it down and it turns into a fire tornado.
Yeah, that's the new Titan Super. It's been it was
Brittany,
inspired
you
by
gonna be a
Rise
fire
of
tornado
Iron.
girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, that does look pretty awesome.
Hashtag fire
That sounds pretty
tornado.
cool.
That's cool.
I think the warlocks are OP because everyone at Bungie is a warlock.
I'm a warlock too.
What?
I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. I just want them to.
Hunters are the
stop
prettiest.
neglecting the hunters.
Yeah.
Why is all of my armor so ugly? I have the
we
ugliest
got tapes,
armor in
girl.
Destiny, except for the raid gear, which is really cool.
Capes.
So what's
Capes
the
on
Warlock's
capes on
new
capes.
special? Or did you already talk about that?
They can now teleport and then explode.
It's gonna be OP in PvP. I can see it already.
Yeah.
I like how he's like, it kind of breaks the game, but I kind of love that. And I was like, what? No. Why?
It's gonna be so frustrating to like face off against, but it's gonna be great to use.
Oh, I have
Oh
to
my
get my
God.
warlock
Good
up
times.
to speed.
Good times.
Man.
I've always wanted to explode myself.
Right? Good times.
Okay, so I'm actually going to put a pin in the Destiny talk so we can move on, because now we've talked about Destiny for quite a bit.
Okay, we talked about Pokemon last week for like 30 minutes.
We did.
It's
It's
fine.
true, for like
great.
40
We did.
minutes. All right. Next up, Assassin's Creed was leaked. So it was leaked and then it was confirmed all in the space of 24 hours? I
Very
think
quickly.
it happened. So this news is a little bit old because it broke like last Friday, but we didn't get a chance to talk about it. And we're big Assassin's Creed fans over here. So over at Polygon, they wrote, Assassin's Creed Odyssey has been confirmed by Ubisoft as the next entry in the open world franchise, just hours after an image from the game's name and logo were leaked and spread online. The Assassin's Creed Twitter posted a short video Thursday evening last week confirming the game's name and appearance at E3 2018. So, dear WGG patron, Mr. Brandon Gan? Who knows? Wrote in. So don't forget, this is one of our brand new Patreon tiers, patreon.com/what'sgoodgames. For $2 a month, you can submit questions to be read on the show. He writes, with Assassin's Creed Odyssey now revealed, do you believe it should be released this year, resuming the yearly tradition, or should it be held for next year, as Origins proved the extra time for development to be beneficial?
I think he answered it. Quality over quantity.
So you think they should hold it? They should not release it this year?
Yeah, I want quality over just like, oh, it's time. It's time of year. It's October. It's time to go. Got to crank it out. You done yet? You done yet? Good. Ship it.
Okay.
Well, that's fair. I think what we should do is see how this next Assassin's Creed game comes out, how it looks, because now that they have Origins and they have the formula down of like what works well, what doesn't, if they can make it similar to that, I think it could turn out to be really well. And you wouldn't know it's an annualized title. Not only that, I'm not super familiar with all of Ubisoft Studios, but I know they have a lot. They have a lot of people there, so there's a chance this has been worked on for quite a while. Just a little hunch.
That's a good point.
Just a hunch. We'll see.
But they were doing that before too. Like it wasn't the same studio cranking that title out every year.
Right. So I think though yes, Timer, you're correct.
So I'm saying like it doesn't necessarily help because you still have sometimes disasters. Like which one was the one that was really broken? I forgot. the name of it
Unity.
already.
Oh.
Unity.
Unity, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was glorious. So many eyeballs in that game. So many.
I
I
Many
eyeballs.
good
didn't listen.
screenshots.
I didn't think it was that bad. I really enjoyed my time in Unity. I thought France looked beautiful. Was it the best Assassin's Creed? Absolutely not. But I didn't think it was as horrific as people are making it out to be. But then again, just like my experience with State of Decay 2 proves, it's all about which bugs you get and which bugs you don't, right? So like if my playthrough didn't have, these terrible bugs happening constantly, I of course am not going to think it was that bad. But maybe for some people it was really shitty. But
This was a Magic 8-Ball prediction that we made.
oh, it was?
Oh.
It was. So if you go to what'sgoodgames.com right now, I listed out all of our Magic 8-Ball predictions. So as the announcements roll out, you can keep track. Just know everything that's wrong, blame it on the 8-Ball. So we asked, will Assassin's Creed be at E3? And the Magic 8-Ball said, as I see it, yes.
Oh,
one for one, ladies.
Good job, Magic 8 Ball.
You did it.
We
That
did.
Magic
But
8
to
Ball's
answer Brandon's question, I'm with Chastity. I hope they hold it. I don't want this to be this year because for me personally, like I can't play Assassin's Creed games every year. It's just they're too much. I still didn't even finish Origins.
Same. Yeah. That's how I feel
slackers.
too.
Slackers.
I was too busy collecting moons at the time in Mario Odyssey.
There's a lot of moons to collect.
There's
I don't
so many
blame you there.
moons.
I'm excited for this. I would be down for another one this fall. The only problem is
What else are we? Sorry, there's a lot going on in the fall.
There's a lot going on in the fall, particularly this giant open world Western game that Steimer conveniently mentioned.
Small, tiny indie game called Red Dead Redemption.
Well, there's also a lot happening in September now too. So we've got the the Destiny expansion. We've got Shadow of the Tomb Raider. We've got Spider-Man for PS4, and then in October, at the beginning of October, we've got new Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And we've got Battlefield 5 presumably coming. We don't have a release date for that yet, but I think that's probably going to be in the October-November window, if their previous release schedule is any kind of indication. What else do we have? Oh, Pokemon. Pokemon Let's Go, though.
Oh, that counts. I'm playing the shit out of that bitch.
I'm going to play that too.
Oh, I know you're going to play the
that.
shit out of that bitch, but I'm not going to.
I'm going to crack my TV with that Pokeball. Trying to get a
Girl,
side
me
up.
too.
Yes.
I have a strap, a wrist strap.
I know. It won't
Okay.
help.
Safety strap.
What else is confirmed that we know so far for the fall? Anything that I'm
Oh,
big
girl,
that I'm missing?
I don't know. After Red Dead,
I think
really,
you
what's the point?
Exactly. I
right,
think you listed all the ones off the top of my head. Right.
I wonder if Rage 2 can't possibly be coming this year. That's got to be next year.
2019
would be my guess. Fallout 76 though. Last time Bethesda announced Fallout, they're like, it's out in 4 months.
Like it's coming.
Yeah.
That is a possibility.
Could be this year.
It's gonna be a busy holiday, you guys. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm
That'd
excited.
be wonderful.
So busy. Q4 is looking great.
All right. So next, there was a new Hitman game leaked. Well, allegedly, I should say. Over at IGN.com, they say it looks like a possible Hitman 2. The sequel to 2016's episodically released Hitman game has been leaked. An image of what definitely looks like the Hitman 2 logo has appeared on the Warner Brothers Games Live website after the publisher recently entered into a publishing agreement with IO Interactive. IGN has reached out to WB Games for comment and will update shortly should they respond. So as of the time that we're recording the show, we don't have an official response. We don't have a confirmation. Maybe by the time the podcast goes live on Friday, it will have been confirmed. Who knows?
Possibly.
Yeah.
But it sounds like all things point to new
End of this
Hitman.
article, it says the Hitman Twitter account also teased a new Hitman announcement for June 7th.
Yes. So something will happen by the time this goes up.
Well, there you
June
go.
7th.
There you go.
Hitman 2 confirmed. I don't know if that's what it's called. Maybe it's called something else. Maybe it's like Hitman.
Or Hitman.
The next steps. No, that sounds lame. Hitman.
Hitman. Serious
Another
murder
one.
time.
Another one.
And
I
another
don't know.
one.
That's a DJ Khaled joke.
Have you ladies played the Hitman series? Are you familiar with it?
Yes,
Not
of
really.
course.
Yeah, I haven't. Not
Okay.
really.
What? Really? You
I
should
know what
try
it's
it.
about.
I should.
I failed
haven't played it yet.
spectacularly at
Okay.
Hitman.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I play it.
I've watched people play and I've watched a few like gameplay clips and I was like I would feel so nervous playing this.
Oh, but the beauty is you get to play by yourself. So if you fuck it up, it doesn't matter because no one's watching.
I should try it. I've heard nothing but good things about the 2016 game or just
Steimer?
season.
I've only watched like videos of it.
Okay.
But which is weird because I'm like, this is totally my kind of game where you're like, creative murder. I'm into it. Let's figure out how to do the objective in whatever way possible. It's like a puzzle, which I enjoy.
I played the beta, and I did one mission where you had to kill some person. That's why you have to do all the missions are that way. And I ultimately ejected him. I catapulted him out of his jet. And I found out later that was like one of the toughest missions to do, and I just realized that. So I think I have newfound confidence that I can actually enjoy this game and not be totally terrible at it. 'Cause I'm real bad at being stealthy. I'm real bad at being sneaky. But the fact that I was able to do that, I feel confident.
But you smart, girl.
I'm very
I'm smart.
impressed.
I did real good, and I
did.
did a let's play of it on my old YouTube channel, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I don't know why I never went back to it. I'm not sure.
What do you mean your
But it-
old YouTube channel? Where can I find this video?
YouTube.com/blondenerd. I think it's blondenerd. I don't think it's Brit519 when I changed that a long time ago. I told you it's been a hot minute, but no, I did like playing that Hitman beta. That was real fun. I think I want to try hop back into it. It was episodic, right?
Yes,
Yes.
it was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I think that's a really smart way of releasing it. That way you don't feel too overwhelmed with missions and stuff. I like it. I'm about it. Let's do it. Let's kill
All
people,
right,
Steimer.
well,
Okay.
we will look forward to
Creative
you guys
murder.
texting us, or not texting us, tweeting us and being like, yo, it was confirmed. Hitman confirmed. Hitman.
2?
I'm trying to think of something better for like instead of 2.
Right.
Hitman.
Part 2?
Hitman hits
Like
back.
Hot Shots?
Part 2.
Ooh.
Hitman 2
Hit
Electric
so
Boogaloo.
French.
Hit so
Stabbity stab.
Stephanie stab.
Let's stab.
Hitman
I'm into
stabs
that.
again.
Oh, that's a great one. Hitman stabs again.
I would play that.
Stabs back.
Sounds like
Hitman
an
stabs
action flick.
back.
I like it.
I'm about it.
Well, he doesn't really stab back because the people that he's stabbing they don't know they're
sneaking
being
up on
stabbed, right?
Unless you suck
I mean,
and
ideally, unless
try
you're
to
terrible
stab
at it.
someone. Yeah, and then they stab you and kill you, and then you're the one
Yeah.
who gets assassinated.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next,
Hitman.
Atari. Sorry, were you saying something, Steimer?
No, I was just making a dumb joke.
Do you want to make your dumb joke?
I just said Hitman. Whoops, because like if you're fucking it up.
That'd be like my Hitman game. Hitman whoops the whole time. Okay, so Atari has got some crazy pre-order business going. Atari console pre-orders passed $2 million in a day. Over at Polygon, they write pre-orders for the new Atari game console eclipsed $2 million in the first day they were offered through Indiegogo. The campaign proved so popular that it crashed the crowdfunding website for a portion of the day. Called the Atari VCS, the new console is available in 3 bundles. $2.99 package features a real wood veneer. Didn't we talk about this last week?
No, that was in television.
That was in
so I put
television.
this in here because I remember us being like, oh, in television, like who wants that? And then I saw this story and I was like, I guess people want old consoles, like because here's this Atari one that did $2 million the first day. Although we don't know the specs of Intellivision, and Atari, if as you keep reading, has an interesting take on this.
Right. So this $300 package, which by the way, Xbox is
Beautiful.
doing a discount on all of their consoles right now. You can get an Xbox One for cheaper than this $300 Atari box, which features real wood veneer. On the front of the console includes a Bluetooth-enabled retro-styled Atari joystick controller. The $200 package includes an all-black version of the console, while a $229 package includes the black version with the joystick. Each console comes with more than 100 Atari games called the Atari Vault and will include titles such as Asteroids, Breakout, Centipede, Gravatar, Missile Command, and Yar's Revenge. A similar collection of games sells on Steam for $9.99. So if you have a PC, you can play these games for $10. But I think Nintendo is really to blame here, blame being a weird word to use, that they really instigated this hype around these mini boxes. Obviously, all of us here at What's Good Games were like, oh my God, SNES Classic Edition, gimme.
This is different though, like because if you keep like literally the next paragraph talks about this has an open Linux architecture, so you can actually tinker this thing and make it. It's more, I would say, comparable to something like a Raspberry Pi almost, like where you can add your own software, your own operating system. If you are somebody who likes to do that kind of stuff, then, and I do think like the design of it is actually really pretty. Like the wood veneer on the console, the way it's designed looks really nice. But
Does
I
sound
personally,
nice.
this is not for me, this thing.
It's nice, but not for me. So what Steimer was mentioning is the VCS touts an open Linux architecture, meaning that you can theoretically load up your own software, even your own operating system, or go your own way. Add that to all the trappings of a modern PC, 2.4/5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.0, and Ethernet jack, and plenty of USB 3.0 ports that accept modern peripherals like headphones, keyboards, and mice. And the VCS sounds like a tinker's delight. The goal is to earn its place on the shelf below television sets around the world as the centerpiece of your home media system. The device is billed as a retro-inspired, completely modern video game computer system, which puts it up against the PS4, Xbox One, and to some extent, the Apple TV, which...
Yeah, like
That's what you needed to stop right there, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about Intellivision last week in their cocky-ass press release that said we do wish you lots of success in October when you actually announce your thing. But
That was very polite.
it's fine.
Good job, Britt.
Everything's
I'm mad,
fine.
but we love you.
No, it's like I don't want anything to fail or flop, but just it's whatever, it's fine. So obviously when we're going through this, like in the very beginning, you're like, oh, interesting for the nostalgia gamer, this is cool. Then you keep going down, like, okay, that price is a little insane, especially when you find out that you can play all these games for $9.99 on Steam, and then it goes to the open architecture and the stuff you can do. I know nothing about that, so maybe with that, this isn't a super crazy price tag. I'm too stupid to know like what that means.
I can't remember how much a Raspberry Pi is.
I don't know.
I don't remember either.
Also,
Let me look
shout
it
out
up.
to Stickley, Steimer's Finger, who came out during that read in a very like prominent manner.
Oh, okay. A Raspberry Pi is like $40. LOL. Okay. So
Well,
yeah, this does seem a little steep then.
You're
I
paying
mean,
for that wood veneer.
design
The
is
fine
beautiful.
wood finish.
Would
I mean,
look
do you
real
want?
pretty.
You could probably get like the same exact design 3D printed for like a lot cheaper than that, though. If you just want to
Oh,
look at it.
sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying you should buy this thing,
Anyway,
but
it's cool.
I just
Any-
appreciate the aesthetics, is what I'm saying.
no,
I'm
it
trying
is-
to have a positive moment here on the show. Can you let me have it?
Yeah, you're having it, Steimer. We
I
appreciate
just-
you.
I just don't. I don't get it, you guys. And maybe it's because. So this is a photo of it. If you want to take a look. I mean.
I mean,
Is this
it
thing
seems very
ever
niche.
coming out?
So that's
What?
the other thing, right?
Yes.
So that to me is the more important question. Is sure, clearly a lot of people are excited about this, right? But they reached their goal. Their goal was $100,000, and they're currently at 2.5
That was a
million.
BS goal.
Damn.
And it says flexible goal. This is obviously being made by Atari, Atari proper. So we have to assume that they're going to make good on it. But that being said, we've seen gaming projects from other legitimate sources really kind of flop in the Kickstarter and Indiegogo crowdfunding arena. And that's concerning. But apparently all of these people are so excited that they don't really care if they get it or not. I've gotten burned from Kickstarters in the past, so now I'm like super gun shy about backing anything on Kickstarter or Indiegogo unless I know exactly what it is, what I'm getting, or if it's somebody I know personally and I'm happy to support their projects. But I've bought things that showed up and were trash, and I've bought things that just never showed up.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. It seems extremely risky, and I feel like they're just feeding off of a certain group of people's nostalgia.
Yeah.
For sure. And everyone's just really excited, and they're like, oh man, the Atari, I want everything in my hands, and I want the fine wood finish.
I mean, do you guys really want to play Centipede that bad?
Nah, I could just
Right?
do that
Yeah,
on
I'm like, I don't
Steam.
really want to play any of these old games.
I
Like,
don't
they're
either.
not that good.
Do we know when this is supposed to be delivered? Oh, July 2019.
Yeah, a year from now.
Whew. That's a while.
Okay. I'm gonna make a mark on our calendar for like
Oh my god, you're gonna add a calendar reminder?
for June 2019, and we'll see if the Atari if this thing ever came to be.
Atari with the fine wood
Amazing.
finish?
July 1st. Just make an appointment that says, where's the Atari
Where's the-
VCS?
Where's the
Where's
Atari?
Atari? Okay. Doing it.
Perfect. I love it. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for our news. Unless Chastity, can you think of something that we may have missed?
No, not off the top of my head. Anyone else?
Ladies?
Fortnite all but confirmed coming to the Switch.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
All
so
but
there was
confirmed.
another leak. Apparently, Nintendo pushed an update to the eShop,
Yeah.
Wow.
and
it
somebody
included
discovered Fortnite
Wow.
on Switch.
The whoops.
The whoops.
Whoops.
Fortnite whoops.
That seemed a little
Is the
predictable. though.
Atari a real thing? Okay, here we go. Calendar reminder set.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
How do we feel about Fortnite on Switch? Are we excited? Yay!
I think it's awesome. I think it's going to sell very well. Most
It will sell well.
intelligent opinion
Sure.
I've ever had in my entire life. That took a lot of research to
Will
formulate
it
that
still be
opinion.
free to play?
That's a good question.
I'd assume so.
Well, Battle Royale is free to play on every other platform, so Battle Royale will likely be free to play on Fortnite, or on Switch, but we don't know if they're bringing Save the World to Switch. So we know that Save the World is not currently available on mobile, so we don't know if they're bringing the iOS port to Switch just for Battle Royale, or if they're bringing all of Fortnite, which is available on Xbox One and PS4 and PC, to Switch. This is a question that I presume we will find out at E3 next week.
Yeah.
Seems like we will.
Sounds like a good presumption.
Right?
There was a hiring announcement for an unannounced Diablo project. We all know Diablo is a thing in development, but as someone who loves Diablo, this is very, very exciting to me.
Ooh.
Not necessarily news, but let's just get that
I
hype
thought it was
going.
just a dungeon artist.
No,
I didn't necessarily
they're
say what project. Just
the listing itself is like, I think it even says Diablo, and it says the minions of hell grow restless, and the listing itself is like dungeon artist, Diablo. So there you go.
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, and so
Yeah, I
again,
saw that. I just was like, it wasn't enough for me. I was like, I don't know, because like it could be a number of things. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a new Diablo project, but
Diablo coming to the Switch. Remember that?
oh yeah, baby girl.
That little. I don't know if we've ever talked about that on the show, but someone
I don't know
posted
if we
the Switch in the Diablo. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did talk about it. The light switch shenanigans that their social media account. They're like, oh, it was nothing. We were just having some fun, guys. Check out this light switch. Like we're like,
Hmm.
sure. All right, so let's take our first break of the show. When we come back, lots of stuff to talk about in the hands-on section. Some embargoes, more embargoes have listed for the stuff that I played at Judges Week, plus Britt and Steimer have some games that they're going to chat about. And of course, we're going to hear from Miss Chastity. So take a little break with us, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back. Segment 2 of the What's Good Games podcast. This is where we talk about what we've been playing, our hands-on impressions, and we have quite a smattering of games this week. It's really weird, this mix that we've got going on. Steimer, I see that you have finished Detroit, but we can't talk about it yet. It's too early for the spoiler cast. But do you want to talk about your time with the game? Did you like?
I liked it.
Did you like it overall?
It stressed me out.
What? Why?
But in a good way.
Oh yeah, in a good way.
It was just because I think like the game definitely made me think a lot about what I was choosing to do. So I quite often would just be sitting with the pause screen, and like the choice is up, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like make dinner or something. Like I just like I have to go. I gotta go like think about this. What do I want to be? Like what do I want this character to be, or what do I think about the situation? And I definitely agree with a lot of what Kim was saying. Like the storytelling can get very heavy-handed, but in a way you can kind of get around that, like by the way you choose to speak as some of these characters. So I picked a lot of the other so for instance, this isn't really a spoiler, but like one of the slogan things you can say is like, we have a dream, which is one of those things people were like, it's like, come on. I always went for more of the like, I think therefore I am, like that kind of route, because I'm like, to me that makes more sense in terms of the storyline and everything. So the way I played it, I didn't get a lot of those awkward, like real awkward story moments where you're just like, ew. They did happen occasionally, but not enough to hinder my experience. And I can't wait to talk more about this, but in specifics, I had to text my like one friend who's finished this game the whole time, and I was like, oh god, what's happening?
Sounds like I want to wait to play this game when I'm at a point where it's like I can just breathe and relax and scratch my balls. I don't have balls. Scratch whatever, my metaphorical balls a bit.
Another thing to note is I played it on the quote unquote harder, but like there's two modes, one which is story mode and one which is like game mode, where characters can die more easily.
Ooh.
I played on that mode, so that's part of the reason for the higher stress level, is that I was trying to play with higher stakes, because to me I don't want my decisions to not have any impact, right? Like if I mess up, like I should be like, okay, I have to deal with that consequence. But if you're like, man, I just want a cool story, like just go for the cool story mode, bro. Anyways, that's my very short spiel on Detroit. Overall, I did really like it. I think it asked a lot of interesting questions about what it means to be human or alive. And there's still some stuff that I'm personally struggling with, because I'm like, I don't know. And I want to discuss it more, but only when we get to the spoiler cast and I can bring out specific
cool
moments.
Cool.
Soon. After E3,
Dun, dun,
everybody,
dun.
we will
Yes.
we will get to the spoiler cast. I just gotta actually finish it.
I have to start it.
I have to start it as well.
It's okay. We'll get there.
got
All right. So we also have Britt. You played a fun little Switch game that you and I first saw at GDC earlier this year, West of
Yeah.
Loathing.
Oh, I love
I
this
need to
game
download this.
Yeah, it looks really good.
so much. So there's a chance that you've seen this and you don't even know it. I'm worried that my description isn't going to do it justice, but the game is entirely yeah, the stick figure game. It's all in black and white. So think of like a white piece of paper and someone drew stick figures and other buildings and trees and other things on the background, and that's what the entirety of the game looks like. It's supposedly a 7 to 10 hour experience, but I'm pretty sure I put more like 15 hours in because I like exploring and talking and reading the text and there's a lot of text, and it's also cleverly written and hilarious. It's probably the funniest game I've played besides Portal.
Wow.
'Cause it's-
Wow.
That's high
God.
praise.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game is just so witty, and it's quickly become one of my favorite indies. So you are a stick figure. You can be a man or a woman, and you are leaving you're leaving Kansas to pursue a different life. And the game takes a lot of Western cliches and just kind of plays off of them. So you can be a cow puncher, which is a melee, a bean slinger, which is like a magic, and then a snake oiler, which is someone who specializes in weapons. And the RPG elements, I love them because you can customize your character. So when you first start the game out, you will fight. And obviously, it's turn-based battles, and you gain experience points, and then the game will auto-level you. But at a certain point, the game will say, hey, we've given you a very balanced character. Would you like to take the reins from now on? And you can build your character as you see fit. And it's a mechanic that so many games don't use anymore because they're worried that you're going to build a gimped character, and I really appreciate the fact that it's in here. And there's a pretty deep RPG mechanic in this, which is really fun. But going back to the writing, so the game is very self-aware, and it's just freaking hilarious. So there's a point where you go to a saloon, and there's a spittoon in this saloon, and you can examine almost anything and everything and anything you look at is going to have some like funny, witty description of it. So you walk up to it, and the game's like, hey, this is a spittoon. It's gross. You probably shouldn't dig in there. But of course, it gives you the option to dig. And so then you start digging and you select the option to dig. And it's like, are you serious? Are you really going to do this? And you're like, yes. It's like, you're disgusting. Are you sure? And you keep playing with it. And then finally, the game's like, okay, fine. Screw you. You dig through the fucking spittoon and you get a gold tooth. You're like, okay, that's cool. and then later on in another town, you find another spittoon, and the game's like, sigh, are we really going to go through this again? And it remembers the decisions you make, and it's just really fun. And it's the perfect game to pick up and play. And there's a bunch of different little areas you get to explore, and everyone maybe takes like 3 to 5 minutes max. But you can keep going back, and because it's kind of Metroidvania in the sense that you'll gain skills and items and whatever to proceed further into a level you already went to before. And I just love it so much. I can't stop playing it. I'll be real sad when it ends. Apparently, there's a Kingdom of Loathing, which is like this, but medieval. And I did
Ooh.
not know that.
Oh.
That's cool.
It's real good. Yeah. It's
sold me
so
on
much
it.
fun. I love it so much. And I can't recommend it enough. It's $12 on the Switch. It's been on Steam
Oh.
now for a couple years. I got my first press release, I think, in 2016 for the Steam release. So I've had my eye on it for a while. But
Well, I'm always
Play
looking
it.
for new Switch games, so you're sold
Oh,
me
it's
on
so-
that. $12?
oh, good.
It's only 15.
It's so worth it.
Yeah, it
15
was
hours, so-
released on Steam August 10th, 2017. It's currently rated a 10 out of 10 on Steam.
Dang.
And
Wow.
All right.
4.5 out of 5 on GOG or GOG.com. And yeah, that's
so
pretty good.
funny.
Gotta check it out.
And just to give you an example, the idea of the story
Yeah,
is that
me
you are, obviously you left home, you're exploring the West, but the cows came home. The cows are the worst enemy in the game. They're like these hell calves. They came from hell, and then a whole bunch of demons. They're demons. They're demon clowns, basically. So you have cows and demon clowns, and they are fighting each other. And there's some sort of plot story there, which I'm not super familiar on. But it's just ridiculous, and it's so much fun, and I just laugh so much when I play it. It's wonderful.
Oh,
That's all.
that sounds
Yeah.
lovely.
It's great. It's a real just
Yay.
like feel-good game. And my ally is a doctor who drinks whiskey. Your partner, spelled with a D,
Nice.
partner. You can choose from different partners. Oh,
Yeah, because you say partner.
Partner.
In West,
Hey,
in
howdy,
Westerns.
partner.
Yeah, so the
Rogue.
Kingdom of Loathing is the flagship free-to-play web-based MMORPG. We've been constantly refining and adding content to it for the past decade plus, but it also is this stick figure aesthetic.
Oh, so good.
And you can play that at asymmetric.net if you guys want to check out Asymmetric Publications, the people who make that game.
Okay.
Cool. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Chastity,
Hey.
you have been playing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, a lot.
Which one of these do you want to talk about?
A lot of fighting games. I can kind of just loop the fighting game stuff
Sure.
together because I just started BlazeBlue Cross Tag Battle because that just came out today. So I've barely touched it and scratched the surface, but I really enjoy it so far. But I was a big fan of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and this is also another Arc Systems game, and it's really fun. I love it a lot, and it combines BlazeBlue with Persona 4, and then Under Night and Birth and Ruby. So that's really cool. So I just like being able to play as Persona characters in a fighting game. So that's what I'm all about. So I'm really looking forward to playing more of it. I've barely scratched the surface, but I've been seeing people in the offices playing nonstop against each other. I'm just like, I want to do that, but there's too much E3 stuff.
So I would love to see you like throw down in like an FGC style tournament.
Yes.
Are you like a shit talker, or are you like
I'm
the
not
quiet type?
A little bit.
or-
I am a little. I get a little shouty. I get a little into it, but I'm definitely better at some games than I am at others. And there was someone in the FGC who did one of those unpopular opinions, and they're like, "Oh, people's opinions on fighting games are correlate with how well they do at the game." I'm like, that's absolutely true. That's why I hate Smash, because I suck at it. But I'm really good at Tekken. I'm really good at Street Fighter, and that's why I love those games. But I'm trying to like recognize Smash for how good it is, and it's going to be behind me at the Nintendo booth probably. So I should embrace it now, because I'm probably going to hear Smash music.
Well, I would say that there's definitely a contingency of people in the FGC that think Smash is in like a different category when
Yeah.
you compare it to all the other fighters that are out there.
That is definitely true.
Particularly with like the style of the hitboxes and the platforming elements that are in that game. It's an interesting beast. It's going to be fun to watch the Invitational and how that all unfolds at E3 this year. Obviously, we don't really know anything about the new Smash. We're going to get all of those details, I believe, in the Direct on Tuesday
Yes.
morning. But I've never played any of the Arc System games before. I did a bunch of GameStop scripts about them, but never actually played them. I'm a diehard Mortal Kombat girl. That's really the
Mortal
only
Kombat's
fighting
so
game
good. Yeah.
that I've sunk any considerable amount of time in. Of course, I've dabbled in Street Fighter. I've dabbled in a little bit of Soul Calibur and Tekken, but Mortal Kombat is where my heart is.
Mortal Kombat is wonderful. But yeah, Arc System is killing it this year. Dragon Ball FighterZ was incredible. It's the Dragon Ball game I've wanted my entire life. It just looks like anime. It just looks like I'm in anime, and that's all I've ever wanted. It's so great. So I'm really excited to play more BlazeBlue. And yeah, I also played the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Edition because I've loved Street Fighter my whole life. It was like the first thing that got me into fighting games. And I did this episode of Pockets Full of Soup with Jared.
Oh, yay, Jared!
Yeah, I love Jared. Yeah. And I was telling him about how I got into fighting games because my uncle took me to the arcade and showed me Street Fighter, and then later on in life, like, he had a kid and now he's got a 6-year-old daughter, and I showed her Street Fighter 5 and she got into it, so it just came full circle.
Yeah,
It's
you just
really
passing
nice.
the fighting game knowledge down the chain.
Yes, it's so nice.
That's
But
great.
It was great. Yeah, it includes 12 Street Fighter games, so there's just everything in there, so I can pick up and play every version of Street Fighter 2 that I want, which is cool. And they're all like the original like arcade editions in that one package, so it's very convenient. But I don't know if that game is super accessible to people that are new to Street Fighter. I feel like if there's someone who's on the younger side who's never played a Street Fighter before, I probably wouldn't give them the Anniversary Edition. I'd probably give them Street Fighter 5. But this is great for people who are nostalgic for those old games.
So, do you have your own stick or do you use gamepad?
I play both. And ironically, I play gamepad for Tekken, which is super weird, but I think it's just because I did that like in college, and that's
just
all
how
I
you
had.
learned?
That's just how I learned.
Yeah.
So that's how I play.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I tend to use the stick for Street Fighter sometimes, but I'm fine with both.
Do you have like a custom stick,
I
or did you just did you get one from like Mad Cats, or where's your stick
just,
from?
Yeah, just like a standard whatever's in the GameSpot office right now, and like we have like a setup, like we have a game machine where we just put a PC inside it and put whatever fighting game we want in there and just switch it out every now and then. It's cool.
Very cool.
Badass.
Yeah.
Britt, did you play Dragon Ball Fighters?
No, so my ideal Dragon Ball game is an RPG.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I've just never been a fighter fan. But I would love a huge, sprawling, open world Dragon Ball game that spans all of the characters and the lore, and that's my ideal game.
I'm with you. That sounds really cool.
I want to play just because it is those characters, and I do love them, and I grew up with them. But it's just one of those things I have to kind of put on the back burner and prioritize other games. But,
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to just pick up and play. And we'll have it at the GameSpot booth if you get bored.
There you go.
I want to see Trunks, my boy.
Yes.
Purple hair.
I was like, Trunks, what? Oh, as a person. Got it. Gotcha.
If they've got funny names for characters.
I'm with it. So there are quite a few games that I had the opportunity to play at the GCA Judges Week event, and I don't even know which one to really start with. So there was Dragon Quest. Okay, so
I helped you play Dragon Quest.
You did. So
Excited for
Steimer
this.
was with me at the Square Enix event where we got to see Dragon Quest 11, and thankfully Kim Wallace was also there with us. She was just on the show. She knew so much about Dragon Quest, and she kind of helped us out a little bit. And let's see here. Where are my notes? Dragon Quest. Here they are. Okay, so this is the first, a new mainline release. So this was previously released in Japan and is coming to the West September 4th, 2018 for PC and PS4. The last mainline release was in 2011 on the DS, I believe. So quite a while ago.
It's been a minute.
For a new mainline entry. So this is a completely standalone experience. It features entirely new characters, a beautifully detailed world, turn-based combat, well over 100 hours of content. So what I thought was interesting is that when the team was talking to us about the game, they said that they aren't doing any DLC or post-launch content. Literally everything they made is in the game at launch, which is why it's so much content at launch. And I think that that is awesome. I actually kind of love that they're like, nope, there's no DLC plans. Everything we've made were given to you right in the box. And now I know that it's a unique situation that the game was originally released in Japan. This almost is kind of like a definitive edition. Maybe, some Dragon Quest fans out there can correct me if you think that is misspeaking. But I like that. I like the idea that, this is the box and this is all this amazing content. So there will be English voiceover. There are overhauled menus and a UI system. There's a new camera mode. There's a harder draconian quest. There's improved character and camera controls. If you're let me see here. These are my notes about the actual people. So in the demo that we got to play, we were in a region called Gallipolis, and you are a reincarnated version of a hero from Legends Past. There are people in your party. There's a guy named Eric, who is a roguish thief. A girl named Veronica, who's a fiery mage, who kind of reminds me of what's his face from Final Fantasy IX, the little wizard guy. Mimi? Vivi. No, what did I name him? I named him JT,
What
I
are
think.
we saying now? What's
No, I didn't
happening?
name him JT. He was MJ. That's what his name was.
Ah, yes. MJ.
So I was doing a playthrough of Final Fantasy IX on PS4 with Alexa, and I renamed all of the characters, which was a mistake. I admit I should never have renamed the characters. I renamed them all after pop stars.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. It was silly. It was dumb.
Did you mean Dagger Kesha?
Yes, I did.
Excellent.
Yes, she did.
Kesha.
Brilliant.
And then there's a girl named Serena who's the healer, and then the Sylvando who's a traveling farmer. I can't remember what Sylvando's deal is. Anyway,
I
so
also forgot.
yeah, I don't remember. So we got dropped into this demo, and there was a lot to do. But the graphics look great. It feels very JRPG-y. I had some fun with it. I was kind of lost story-wise, but I also don't remember where in the chronology of the entire game the demo was set. Because sometimes, we go to these preview events to see games, and they're like, we're setting you like 7 hours into the game. And you're like, but what? Why?
Yeah, the one we selected was farther in the game. We could have done the very intro portion, but we selected the other one. We selected like the desert area.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which is farther into the campaign.
What did you think, Steimer?
I thought it looked cool. It's one of those things where I loved the art style of it, and then playing with you or like basically telling you what to do over your shoulder, being like,
okay, now let's go down here and let's you want to like do this kind of attack, and then we got one enemy here, so we don't want to use this multiple spell, and like
yeah, I was lost.
But it was fun, and like I could see myself playing it. I don't know that I see myself being able to finish it, just because I don't know that I can finish 100-hour games anymore unless it's Red Dead Redemption 2. But it definitely seems like something that I'd be willing to like screw around with, just because I do enjoy JRPGs, but I just wish they were a little smaller. I'm like the only person that thinks that, though, and I respect that Brittany wants like more and more content, but I'm like, can you make me like a bite-sized version of this?
I'm very, very, very excited for this game, and so is my grandma as well. So Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior, she has been playing those games ever since I can remember, and I've always loved JRPGs. I've talked about this, but what happened was I started playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I started reigniting this fire of love and passion for JRPGs. So I love Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm like 80 hours into Ni no Kuni 2, and I am just loving every minute of it. So when you said 100 hours into Dragon Quest 11, I'm just clenching in excitement. I am just so excited for this game. This will be the probably only other JRPG I'll play this year, because hot damn, those games take a lot of time.
They do.
But it's just like that warm and fuzzy cup of noodle soup for your soul game. Just feel good, and yeah, I'm just all sorts of excited. I'm probably the only one who will play it, and that's totally fine. Well, maybe you play it, but you won't finish it, like you said, Cyber.
I won't finish it.
No. That's fine. This is that other September game I was thinking of. I was trying to rack my brain. What's another game coming out this fall? And this is it, which is real bad, because this is going to be a very long game. Whatever. I'll worry about that when fall gets here.
That's a future Brittany problem.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll just put that off for a while. Won't think about it.
Another game that I got to play at Judges Week was Team Sonic Racing.
Oh my god, I love Sonic the Hedgehog.
So this game was announced. Well, they teased it at South by Southwest, and then they full on announced it last week.
Yeah, last week. Yeah, it was in
Last
trailer.
week?
It was day after Pokemon, right? Yeah.
Oh, so that was
Last
definitely last week.
Yeah.
And the game looks great. I did not get to play very much of it, and I was sad about that. They were like, "All right, that's it." I go, "Wait, what? No, I need more time. I can do this." So it feels so I only got to do 2 races. So like
That's it?
That's it. I felt cheated.
That is
Sega,
no,
how
you
dare you?
You lost
cheated.
both races.
No, I got first place in both races. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Hell yeah.
Well, when you said I can do this, that I could hear you say that if you lost, but if you won,
Oh.
more power to you,
Oh
girlfriend.
no, I just needed to try out more stuff.
Mhm.
So I was sitting next to Greg Miller, and he wanted to make a competition of it. And I said, "Oh, bring it on. Let's go. You can't beat me in racing games." And he was like, "Oh, I bet I could." And I was like, "All right, let's put your money where your mouth is." And then he finished his
Not
race.
bad at them, I'll say
And
that.
he was like, "Okay, what time did you get?" He's like, I got 3 minutes, and I was like, I got 2:40. I beat you by 20
Hey.
seconds.
Get it, girl.
Smoked him.
Get it, girl.
Yeah, girl.
So I showed him. If you're listening, Greg, let's actually like have a real competition when Team Sonic Racing comes out. So the whole shtick of this game is that you pick a team. You're either on Sonic's team, you can pick Sonic's friends, or you're on. Oh my gosh.
Shadow?
Yes, his side, and then you can pick like the evil guys, and then there's you and 2 buddies, and so you play, and they have multiplayer. Let me pull up my notes. I've got a bunch of notes about the game.
Sonic.
Exactly. All right, so it's coming this winter for $39.99 to Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Online multiplayer and local co-op modes, 12 players per race, plus 4-player split screen. They've got various offline and online race modes, Grand Prix, Exhibition, Time Trial, Team Racing. So you play as a team and win as a team. All 3 drivers can contribute to the team score. The highest scoring team wins, and there are 4 ways to fill your team ultimate meter. And then you can, of course, charge and unleash your team ultimate. And that is the Wisps system.
Ooh,
so this was introduced in Sonic Colors. If you guys played that game, there are 14 spectacular Wisps to help overcome rival teams. And these Wisps, I can't say that word, Judd. Wisps. Are similar.
Forest floor flavors.
Exactly. To the in-game racing items that allow you to either knock out your opponents or speed ahead, and they can be requested from a teammate or shared. So I thought that this was kind of a unique mechanic. So you pick up these items, these Wisps, along the track, and you can pass them to your teammates.
Oh,
so like if you pick up something, you're like, I don't really want this, or hey, I see you need this, you can pass them between your teammates, which I thought was a really cool mechanic.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you're either Team Sonic or Team Dark, and the track that we got to play was the Wisp Circuit. Wisps.
I think we can turn this into a drinking game.
Yeah,
Every time she says
probably.
wisps.
So I really liked it. It was fun. It felt a lot like Mario Kart, and I mean that in the best way.
Oh, that's so exciting.
So yeah, lots of cool drifting. You got these wisps. You got all these cool little characters. I'm ready, and it's on Switch, which is great. So it's portable, 4-player split screen,
That's
which is
awesome.
cool. I mean, yeah, bring it.
So 1 Joy-Con each, you can...
Yeah, so
play it.
we didn't get to see it on Switch.
Have the raptor claws again?
Yeah, we played it on. Honestly, I don't remember which. I can't remember which console we played it on, or if we played it on PC. I honestly do not remember, and that's my bad. I should have wrote it down. But we did not play it on Switch.
I'm just going to assume it's similar to Mario Kart in that
I have
regard.
to
Yeah.
imagine, yeah, that you can just you pass out the Joy-Cons at the bar, or on the rooftop. Karen.
At the party.
Karen. Karen.
At the party.
Bar with me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I'm gonna pick up some.
So yeah, it looks cool. I'm pumped for it.
I'm so excited to play that game.
Ladies, are you into Sonic Kart games?
I am now.
Yes.
No,
For me, that's like one of those Mario Kart things where I'm like, I play it if there's people around.
what I'm looking forward to is it sounds like there's a multiplayer co-op aspect of it, is what you're describing.
Mhm.
That I think that's real fun. I'm looking forward to that. I think that's what'll actually keep me around playing a racing game like this. The only racing game I can just pick up and play nonstop is Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, just because of the nostalgic factor.
Mhm.
I can do a few rounds of Mario Kart 8, but after that, I'm just like, okay, that's fun. I get it. I don't have like a real drive, no pun intended, to like get much, much better. But if there's like a multiplayer co-op aspect, it increases my want and need and desire.
Well, we'll
To
have
play
to
that
all
game.
team up.
Yes. Let's play.
Yeah.
Let's play.
That'd be great. I'm down. So I have a couple other games to talk about before we get to that. I see that Chastity, you've been playing Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition.
Yes, I have. Yeah. It's fun. I actually had not played the previous version, so this is just all of the previous versions jumbled into one, and it's a lot of fun. And it's kind of like my relaxing game, even though I'm just like killing enemies nonstop, because it's just hacking and slashing, and I could just like do that in bed. I could just lay in bed and just hack and slash as Tingle, as Zelda, as
Fucking Tingle.
as in I know Tingle is ridiculous. He like runs around the map, and he like his ass just like bobs back
Yeah,
and
of
forth.
course. He's
It's-
fabulous.
It's
Yeah.
fabulous. It's wonderful, but it's a
Yeah.
lot of fun. But yeah, it's great to jump into if you hadn't played the previous versions like me, because like it takes all of the stuff from the Wii U version and the 3DS, and then all the DLC, and then it adds a couple of different things to the Switch version. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I'm still playing it. I'm just kind of relaxing and playing it after work.
Just slashing all the
Yeah,
stuff.
slashing all
The
the stuff.
Switch version is the only way to play co-op as well. So I tried playing
Yes.
Hyrule Warriors when it was on the Wii U, and the problem was that one person had to use the gamepad and then one person had to use the TV.
Right.
There was no option for split screen, and the person playing on the gamepad, the frame rate was just freaking awful for both TV and gamepad, because the Wii U was like, I can't handle it. So now it's split screen on the Switch, and it plays much better. The frame rate does drop quite a bit when you are playing split screen, which is kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, that's
But-
weird.
Yeah, I also enjoy it. It's fun. It's just like you said, it's kind of a relaxing game, slashing the hordes of enemies and watching them go flying everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a good time.
I love all the Zelda nods. It's great. Yeah. That's it.
Yay.
That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Zelda.
Oh, come on.
It's fine. I'm just being facetious. I liked Hyrule Warriors when I played it for like the 30 minutes that I played it. Don't be mad at me. I didn't
love
play
you.
more.
No one's
I
mad.
love you so much.
You've played 30 minutes. You've played the game already. Like you
Pretty
get the gist of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a new game that was a Kickstarter project, and it's called Indivisible. Have you ladies heard of this game?
I think I've heard the
No.
title, but I don't know anything about it.
So this is being published by 505 Games, and it is being made by a group of people called Lab Zero Games. This is debuting in 2019, and it's coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. So this game is very intriguing. So it's a Metroidvania plus RPG hybrid mashup. It's got a very anime art style vibe to it. And what's cool about it is that it's got this nice mix of platforming and turn-based battles. And that's where the kind of Metroidvania-esque element comes in, the platforming and the 2D side scrolling. But then when you run into enemies, it becomes like a team-based, turn-based battle system, which is really cool. So I did not get nearly enough time with this. I got about 30 to 40 minutes with this game, and I just got the hang of the battle system, and then they were like, all right, gotta go. And I was like, no. So I'm interested in checking this out and playing some more of it. So you play as this character called, oh my gosh. Anya. Yes. Oh, there it
something.
is.
It's AJNA. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I think
Eh.
that's what it is. And so you can absorb people into your third eye, which is, this like spiritual center on your forehead, that you can, and then she can manifest them to fight beside her when she runs into enemies. So it's essentially the way that they described it is that you have a single customizable fighting game character that makes up your team. And I was like, okay, that's an interesting concept. And so you transition between platforming and RPG action. And I wrote in my notes here, like Battle Chef Brigade, ? I don't know if you guys out there listening and watching played this. We did a fun little live stream. Twitch.tv/whatsgoodgames, youtube.com/whatsgoodgames if you guys want to watch that. She has 24 abilities. So you can find gems to purchase character upgrades. You've got this inner realm, which is literally inside of her that she goes into, and you can like upgrade all of these things. And then there's a bunch of characters. One character's name is Ginseng and Honey. One character's name is Razmi, and then there's Dar. And each character is mapped to a different face button, and you have what's called an Idhi power that is kind of like a special attack. So I was super intrigued by this game. The art style is really beautifully done, and the gameplay is really unique. I haven't quite seen a game handle the battle system this way with the RPG kind of Metroidvania elements. So does anybody else know anything about this game, or am I the only one that's seen this?
I'm looking on Wikipedia right now, and Brittany, I think you might be interested to know that the composer working on this game also worked on the Secret of Mana soundtrack.
Done.
Ooh.
Done. No, it sounds really interesting, though, for how you described it. And I was looking at the art style, and that's right up my alley, too. So, yeah, I'm interested.
And it's coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah,
Done
this
and
was
done.
this was one of my
You've got a
favorite
sale.
games that I saw during Judges Week, and I was really
Wow.
bummed that I didn't get to spend more time with it because, like I had mentioned, I was just getting the hang of the battle system because, as with any new turn-based system, it kind of takes you a while to like get your feet under you and be like, okay, what do these powers do, and how does it work with these enemies? Blah blah blah. You guys know. You guys play video games. But yeah, so that was really cool. And then the last thing that I saw at Judges Week that I just want to touch on, because I didn't actually play it, I watched a very detailed playthrough session from one of the developers, was Total War 3 Kingdoms. So Total War is a franchise that's clearly been around for quite some time, and they have many installments in that game. And I haven't played like an RTS like that in a hot minute. Really long
we really
time.
should have had my dad come and play this game.
Because your dad's a
Because
big
all
Total
he
War
plays
guy,
is
right?
Total War.
Ooh.
Wait, so what's the last Total War that your dad played?
He plays Rome,
Okay.
like the newer Rome ones.
Well, he might be into this. So this is Total War 3 Kingdoms. So this is a cornerstone of Chinese lore, mythology, and history is the way that Sega was describing it. So we saw the pre-alpha. This game is coming out in spring of 2019. And it features a bunch of different influences. It's influenced by Asian cinema, fiction, art, and culture. It's taken influences from King Arthur, Shakespeare, and Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
And they're kind of taking all of these different kind of thematic and narrative influences and rolling them into the Total War formula. But also they are improving upon that. So they talked at length during the presentation that we saw about how they really want to maintain historical authenticity. And they are working with a published author named Rafe de Crespigna. I'm definitely mispronouncing his name. But he is apparently a big history buff in this particular section of Chinese lore. So they gave us this really in-depth gameplay demo because they were like, listen, we get that Total War is kind of a thing. You're either into it or you're not. So we're going to help you out and show you all of the details instead of just throwing you on a PC and being like, good luck, which I really appreciated. And thanks, Sega, for really giving us a lot of hand holding during this demo. So they went over the franchise pillars for people out there who are like, I've never played a Total War. It's grand turn-based campaigns, it's epic scale and real-time battles, and glorious sandbox conquest. So new for this game, it's got an elegant new art style, powerful central characters, unique personalities that have their own likes and dislikes, and there's more focus on diplomacy where you can manage your heroes' wants and needs. Plus they've got all of these crazy backstories. I have in my notes here, one guy ate his own eye, question mark.
What?
Apparently it's one of the warriors who was such a badass that he needed to prove how tough he was. He like pulled out his own eye out of his face and then ate it on the battlefield to like scare or intimidate his enemy.
That would work.
Man,
That would work.
The fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
I
it's
would run.
weird. There's
I
obviously a
would
reason.
nope right out of that battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
You win.
tapping out.
It
I'm done.
worked. That means it worked, right?
You're crazy. I don't want to go up against Creighton.
So the characters that I saw in the demo was a guy named Lubu, who is one of the antagonists. He's called a Peerless Warrior. And then there's a guy named Cao, who is a master strategist, who is one of the protagonists. He's a Caesar type. So in the demo, they showed us, it was really cool. It actually got me pretty excited to go and play this. The problem is it's on PC and I never play games on my PC. I'm sorry. But they showed the real-time battle system, and like watching this developer play this battle in real time almost is like watching somebody play StarCraft. I mean, obviously they're very similar game types, but there was like so much going on. He was like clicking over here. He's like, I'm going to send this section of my cavalry over here to attack this gate. And I'm going to send the guys with the spears over here. And he's like, if I send the archers here, they're going to attack this guy. And then I'm going to take one of my heroes and have him do a duel with this other hero. And I was just like, I don't even know what's happening right now. But I was like, the fact that you can use your mouse wheel to scroll all the way down and zoom in and watch your foot soldiers like in full view, or you can scroll all the way out and see the entire city like top down. I was like, that's cool.
That is very cool.
So
Pretty important to be able to do that. Hopefully you get that top-down view.
yeah, no, you do. So I mean, it's up to you to decide. So if you want to go in and like see the animation, for example, if you have a duel going, you could zoom all the way in to watch the two characters do their duel, and then you could zoom back out to like watch how the rest of the enemy, like infantry or whoever you have around the duel, kind of reacts to it. And you can obviously, go to your different parts of the battle. It's been so long since I've seen a Total War game, to be able to see it in that much detail was really cool. And I was like, yeah, man, I forgot how cool
neat.
these games
Yeah,
are.
It's intricate.
So
So
it looks
you don't
really
think
impressive.
You'll play it though, because it's on PC. You don't think you'll
Well,
touch it?
Well,
Like, what would it take for you to play PC?
Play PC. Play PC.
Because there's just
honestly,
some genres like that you just can't play. if you're
I
not on a
think what it would take is I would need to get a second PC at a desk with a fancy chair inside my house.
Yeah.
Dedicated to PC.
Yeah, a
gaming.
dedicated PC. Or I would need to get a really baller gaming laptop with a fancy mouse.
There you go.
Yeah. That's what
That's
I
what
would
it
have
took for me too. A dedicated PC just for gaming. Otherwise, I sit down on my PC. I'm like, this is where I work all day. And there's no,
Right?
Yeah.
then I can't enjoy it. But if it's like my dedicated, this is purely for PC gaming, then it's a whole new ball game.
Do you have like a
I
fancy
need to
monitor?
get a new gaming mouse.
Oh, we can have I have like 5. You can have one of mine.
Yeah, because I was just looking. I was gonna go play Guild Wars the other day, and then I looked and realized the only mouse I have is this, which is like
Super cute.
really cute, but not at all helpful when you're trying to play an MMO.
So Steimer, I have a question for you. That looks very much like my Logitech mouse. Is that your
It is a Logitech mouse.
I love those mice because they are real small and we both have baby hands.
I love this mouse for doing work, like for doing other things, but like for gaming, that is not what I'm going to use.
So do you have a gaming mouse that you like? Because every gaming mouse I've ever used is for like giant man hands.
Yeah, the only one I found, it ended up breaking at some point, so that's why I don't have it anymore, was a Corsair one, and there was a Corsair mouse that it was small enough in profile that it would fit my hand. I don't remember the model number of it, though. I'd have to look it up.
Do you have a gaming mouse you like?
Yeah, I should look up which one I bought, but I think I like the Corsairs, and I think I might have a Razer currently. Let me check my Amazon history.
Yeah, because that's my biggest problem is that like those fancy mice with all the buttons and stuff on them, I can't ever like reach it all. I'm like, too big.
It's a problem. They are built for larger hands.
Okay, Britt, just for you.
Thank you, baby girl. You got my back. Thank you.
You're
she
giving
said,
me.
Philip.
She's giving me the eyebrows.
YouTube.com/what'sgoodgames.
I'll
Give
keep
us
it
that
over here so it's
subscription, please.
easier
Love you.
within reach. Yeah, but Britt, that's a good question and it's a fair question. I will get there someday.
Oh, I have
Okay.
the Razer Death Adder Elite PC gaming mouse, which they have at Target for only like
And it's
$50.
not too big?
It's kind of big, but I make it work.
Got it.
I make it work, she says.
Sorry. Yeah. The
Let me
Razers
see
aren't
if I
bad.
can figure out what mouse it was from Corsair. 'Cause it wasn't crazy big, and I was like,
Send
thank
us your
God.
gaming mouse recommendation.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you guys
it's just
listening
me.
out there have a mouse that you love to use for both average size hands and little baby hands like ours, that would be helpful. You can send it to us, email us at contact@whatsgoodgames.com, or you can tweet to us, Facebook us,
YouTube us. It's all good.
YouTube comment, Patreon comments, all that stuff.
Do it.
So I'm looking up here now and says that Total War 3 Kingdoms, it says will launch globally in fall 2018. But that must be old because they told me here. Maybe this is an update. I should have made more specific notes.
What is it called again? Total War.
I have spring 2019, so
Three
maybe it just got
Kingdoms.
delayed. Maybe that's part of the story. You guys, I'm bad at my job. Don't be mad at me. I'm sorry. It's
No,
been a long
shut up
week.
right
My
there.
brain
You
is a
are
little
not-
melted. I should have been more specific.
Listen,
You're
don't
fine.
make
You're
me
doing
defend
fine.
how good you are.
Oh,
You got
great.
a lot of shit going on.
Thanks,
You're hosting a
Britt.
press
There's so
conference.
much
You're doing
happening.
Facebook stuff. We're doing GameSpot stuff. You're running an entire schedule for everybody and everything. You just shut your mouth right now, Andrew Renee.
Oh, Britt,
You're
that's
doing
so
a great
nice
job.
of you.
She's right.
Yeah, on Steam it's saying fall, but I think that doesn't make any sense.
Let me double check my email here. So by the time the podcast airs on Friday, June 8th, the embargo lifted on June 7th, which was yesterday. So there will definitely be lots of previews for you guys to look at if you guys want to get more information. I'm sure GameSpot has a lovely preview that you can go and read. I doubt Randolph actually wrote it, though, even though he was there at the event.
Not sure. Who can tell? He probably did.
Yeah, so let me just double check the press blast here. Yeah, so strategy series launching in spring 2019. Yeah, so this is what the press release says, which is going live in London on June 6th. Yeah.
Oh, that would make sense. Because, it's currently on their FAQ because we pre-record this podcast. It still says autumn
Yeah,
2018.
so it's delayed.
we go.
Sorry, guys, don't be sad. All right, so that's it. That's it for me. Does anybody else want to talk about some games that they've been playing?
I want to play
I already did. I only played one game.
Timer's like, we did it. We did the thing. All right, cool. Well, let's take a quick break then. When we come back, we are going to talk about what's happening on the GameSpot co-op stage at E3. We're going to talk about what Chastity does at GameSpot, because I'm sure a lot of people are like, what does Chastity do at GameSpot?
It's a really long answer.
Be awesome.
It's okay. We
a
have a
really
whole
long
segment
answer.
for it. It's going to be great. Plus, Turbo Patron shoutouts. Stay with us, everybody. We will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It's the final segment of the What's Good Games podcast, and because it is the beginning of the month, E3 is mere days away, actually just hours away now. Wait, what? What?
Yeah, hours.
Were you waving,
Yeah.
Steimer?
No.
Oh.
I was just like, yeah, like
Oh,
E3.
yeah.
This is you being like, oh my god, E3.
Yeah, sorry.
Should we just talk in Brittany's Muppet voice?
Muppet voice. Okay.
E3, you guys. We just gotta make a bit about the Muppet voices. We'll get back to that, but before we talk about everything that's happening at E3 again, and what's happening over at GameSpot with Miss Chastity, we've got some awesome June patron names to read. This is one of my favorite times of the month where I get to mispronounce your guys' names. And I will do it the best possible. So I think what we got asked last time was that we were going to take turns reading names. Was that a thing that we were going to do?
You and
yeah,
Brittany did.
We did that. That's right.
Do you want to attempt that?
Fuck yeah, I want to attempt that.
All right, girl. Let's do it. I will kick things off with Alex Rigopulos,
Lincoln Davis.
Faris Attieh,
Martha J. Emery.
Austyn Riley,
Stephen Insler.
Misael Villegas,
David iacolucci.
Andrew S.,
Gary Oxborrow.
Molly Bittner.
Kia Bright.
Are we saying everything in an English accent?
I don't
Stef
know
Wu,
I like what's happening.
Me too.
Regan Impson.
Regan.
Regan. Sorry, my bad.
That's okay. I really just like that name, Regan.
Good name.
Bill Stillwell,
Dustin Lewis.
Matt Nichols,
Tara Bruno.
Tara, Kyle Haiman,
Amar Dhillon.
Siân Stevenson,
Jessica Salisbury.
Aaron J Saxton,
Michael Shanholtz.
Gary Welburn.
Benjamin Pardue.
RJ
He's in
Bryan.
Australia. That was a really, really, really bad.
Oh,
That's great.
I said RJ Bryan,
Okay, sorry. Trevor Saki.
Joe Schlief,
Tom Kutz.
Elmo Shell,
Jared Howard.
Tyler McCall,
Carl Peterson.
Kathy Lucas in all caps,
Oh, caps. Oh, gosh. Giselle Bossa.
Muhammad,
Nam Bui.
Jeff Hutchinson,
Chris Campbell.
Jason Davis,
Alberto Andres Videla. One of those has to be right.
it's true, Bo Hierholzer,
Gregory Horton.
E. Irizarry,
Lucas Shaney.
Robert Guerrero,
Mark Drestrup.
Jennifer McNichol,
John Drake.
Joe Kennison,
Emily Kent.
Trent Pennington.
Jason Erickson.
No Clip, that's Danny O'Dwyer. He's got a brand new documentary, you guys. It's all about Fallout. You should check it out.
Check it out. Adam Rippon.
Not the figure skater. Kevin Dunkel,
Billy Shibley.
Stephanie Fitzwilliams,
Sam.
Jacob
Just
Beeman.
Sam.
Just Sam.
Shout out to Sam.
Geek Heart Games.
Tommy Larson,
Ross Haney.
Nicole Humphrey,
Brooke Laree. Asia Harris.
Anthony Murphy,
Kyle Somerville.
Adrian Williams,
Pure Blue Octopus.
Pete Shoemaker,
Sydney Carr.
Gio Corsi,
Roland Balla.
Paige Porter,
Marcus Brown.
Mikey Phillips,
Materia Addict.
Jay Mahui,
Matthew Godard.
Martin T. Sarud.
Leviathan Masters Barella.
I fucking love that name so much.
Dang.
It's so good. Shane Rayom,
Matt Howell.
Ozzy Mejia,
Christian Rodriguez.
Tim Ross,
Louis Creech.
E. Checkness,
Dale Sun.
Daryl Walters,
Donato Sinicho III,
Tony Hahn,
Maddie Whitman,
and my mama, Teresa Enert. Always last,
Yeah.
but definitely not least. I love you, Mom.
Definitely not.
Thanks for supporting us on Patreon. Thank you to everybody in this group of people. These are our Turbo patrons. These are our postcard patrons, our Polaroid patrons, our sponsors, our producers. I'm definitely missing at least one category. I don't remember what it is. But we love you guys so much for making sure that every week What's Good Games is available to download, whether it be on podcast services or at youtube.com/whatsgoodgames for absolutely free. If for some reason you guys love what we do and you're not currently supporting us on Patreon and you're like, hey, maybe I could support, you guys can do that for just $1. That's the entry level, and that gets you access to our happy hour Q&A, which is our monthly live stream. It gets you access to our feed, and it gets you access to our brand new What's Good Game vlogs. So that is the replacement for the Patreon exclusive video. So we are looking forward to shooting some of those vlogs at E3 next week. It's gonna be it's gonna be kick ass.
Nice.
Yeah.
But so thank you to everybody once again. Patreon.com/whatsgoodgames if you want to get involved in that awesome crew of kids.
Do it.
All
Do
right.
it.
So
Do it.
Miss Chastity
Hello.
Vincencio.
That's you nailed it.
Yes.
Hey.
I was worried I was gonna
You
screw
did
it up.
A true pro.
Thank you. Well, you know, I just screw up everybody else's names, but not the people who are in the room with me.
Excellent. That's what counts. That's what counts.
Yeah, exactly. So for everybody out there who maybe hasn't seen you on the variety of other shows that you have guested on and the stuff that you've done at GameSpot, what exactly do you do over there?
A lot. I think to sum it up really quickly is that I'm one of the senior video leads at GameSpot and one of the hosts at GameSpot.
Didn't you just get a promotion?
I sure did. Yeah,
girl.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I got promoted to the lead of entertainment video. So that's exciting. And I've been doing that since the beginning of 2018. So technically the title's still senior producer of entertainment, but I'm very happy to lead this team. It's we separate our on YouTube, we separate our entertainment stuff from our gaming stuff. So there's a channel called GameSpot Universe, and I run that channel. And we've seen a lot of growth in the last year. We do a lot of fun breakdowns of TV shows and movies and movie reviews and comics and sometimes wrestling, sometimes anime. So it's a lot of fun. So I'm doing a lot of that. And as you know, because we've been working together, I run the co-op stage for every E3. This is my second one so far. I love doing it. And it's just something fun for me to get involved with E3, which is great because I love the energy. I love working with the team. So that's what I do. The co-op stage, if you're not familiar, is we have the GameSpot stage at our booth every year, and we partner with a lot of different creators, and we get them on the stage, either work with them or have them take over our live stream for a set amount of time, and we do that for 3 days straight, and it's super fun. So we have a lot of fun groups this year. And I also am the senior producer still of sponsored content for games. So I keep my
Just
yeah.
a few things you're working on
Just
over
a couple
there.
things. Just a couple things. So I only review movies. I don't review games because I handle the hosting for sponsored content and project management for sponsored content for games. So I keep
honestly
that
think
separate.
that you got the better end of the deal because you're never going to have to watch a 100-hour movie.
Yes, that's
Right?
That's so true. That is so true. And now I can just enjoy games again. I'm like, yeah, I'm still playing God of War, what of it? And it's like, oh, well, we had to move on to this. I'm like, that's cool. Well, I had to watch all of these TV shows, which is fine because they're short. It's like Westworld was an hour of my week, so that's fine. But now I can still jump back into play whatever game I want.
Oh, we should have you back to do a Westworld spoiler cast at the end of
Let's
the season.
do it. Yeah, we're only a couple of episodes away.
I know
Yeah.
this last week's episode was crazy.
So violent. That's
I feel
all I'll
like this
say.
whole season has been violent.
Very.
The body count is in like the hundreds.
Insane. And you could just see that. It's just every time you watch an episode, they're just piles of bodies.
Yeah.
Good show.
Are either of you two watching?
No, I watched season 1. I have not
I
watched
haven't seen an
season 2.
episode before.
Wait.
Ever.
Oh, okay. So
We won't say
We'll-
anymore.
we'll fix this.
But yeah, season 1 was excellent.
Yeah.
Season 1 was
very
solid.
good. Yeah. I feel like
This one's a little rocky.
there's just too much going on.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to tackle so many things in such a short amount of time that
Yes.
they're not letting some of the narrative beats fully develop.
I agree, and it's very hard to follow. Yeah.
Is it like the Walking Dead TV show, the trap that kind of fell into?
Not quite there yet because Walking Dead just been on so many seasons that people are just so over it and done with it. And just like when you hear rumors of actors are leaving, you're like, please be free. But
Yeah.
be free.
Yeah, release yourself.
Yeah, but this is only the second season of Westworld, so I don't think that has set in yet. Like people are still want it to be good.
Yeah, and I think that what they're suffering from is nothing like what Walking Dead is going through. It's a different kind of problem. But I think because the series is still so new that they have time to course correct. But
Yes.
I also don't know how many seasons of this we're going to get. We have one confirmed.
Right.
But like it's an expensive show. Like
It is.
pretty much everything HBO does is super expensive. But it's cool. I really love it. But let's not get too far down a Westworld hole. So the GameSpot co-op stage, as we mentioned at the top of the show, 4 p.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, June 12th. Mark your calendars. That's when we're going to be on the stage.
You guys are our opening act.
Wait, really?
Yeah, for the co-op stage. Yeah, because we everything before that is demo because like there's so much stuff happening Tuesday still in terms of conferences. So we're doing the demo stage up until you guys start, and then you kick off the co-op stage.
Oh,
yeah, your first partners.
No pressure or anything.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
I'll be there. I'll be supporting from the wings. Make sure nobody rushes the stage. I'm your personal security.
Oh, yeah, girl.
Yes. Checking people in, checking guests in. It's gonna be great.
So will there be, where on the show floor can you say like where the booth will be? So if we have people that are planning have gamer passes that are coming.
Yes. Go to West Hall. We're right in front of the Nintendo booth. That's the easiest way to find us. So you'll see Nintendo
The
as
giant
soon as
Nintendo
you walk
signs.
in. We're right in front of there. Yeah.
Okay.
West Hall.
Cool. So come by. If you guys are going to be in Los Angeles, if you have a pass and you're going to be there on Tuesday in particular, do the passes go all 3 days or do they sell individual day passes?
I don't know if they do individual day passes.
I don't know. I imagine they sell day passes. I would think they would.
Yeah, that sounds like the right thing to do.
And they extended the hours and they kind of changed it so it's like industry only for a certain amount of time, and then like we're there till 7. We're like, oh, okay, so we're working till 7.
Yeah,
But-
us too at the Facebook stage.
Hooray.
We're holding it down in the West Hall lobby.
Yay!
We'll have to like
fun.
high five and as we
Yes.
go in and out of the.
I'm sure I'll run
air
into
high
you so
five
many
from
times.
across the way.
Well, like I'm going to next thing. I know. Bye. Good to
that's
see you. Good
that's
to see
the
you.
E3 high. It's like
It is.
the high bye.
I'm on my way to the thing. I love you. Bye. Support you.
Can't stop to talk. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye. It looks like they only have a all day, or sorry, 3-day pass.
Wow.
It doesn't look like you can buy individual passes. Just
All or
commitment.
nothing?
The more you know. That's why it's so expensive.
That is expensive.
$250, right? That's how much it costs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you don't have an E3 pass and you want to play some games, the GameSpot does have an outdoor rig at LA Live this year, which is new. So you can check that out at LA Live, and we have casual gaming stations to play Fortnite with other people, and we'll have some groups doing meet and greets there. So if you're a fan of like Kind of Funny is going to be doing a meet and greet there, Funhouse is doing a meet and greet there, or you could just play some Fortnite. Yeah, so you don't need a pass for that.
Nice. And our friend of the show, Jared Petty, is also doing a stream on the
is.
co-op stage on Thursday at 12:40 p.m.
Wow.
Pacific time, I
Good
believe.
memory. Yes,
well, we
he
just went
is.
over it on Games Daily, so
Yes, he is. Yeah, I'll be co-hosting with him, and he's going to bring his own guests. So I'm looking forward to seeing who he's bringing. And yeah, he'll be there for 80 minutes. It's kind of a Kind of Funny day, because then we have Kind of Funny coming on after him.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg told me that they're closing out the
They
show for you
are.
guys.
Yeah, they'll be on, I believe, midday, 2:40 to 6 p.m. with one break in between.
Nice.
Wow.
So we have a nice little bookend for you guys. We
Yeah.
kick things off. We set the bar high.
Set it
and
nice
then
and high.
Kind of Funny just trails and limps at the end. Just kidding. I love those guys. They're my buddies. It'll be awesome. So you of course are going to be busy. We're all going to be busy running around, but I want to know, what's the one thing that you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to put my hands on this?
Put my hands on. All right. In terms of putting my hands on, because like the one thing I'm looking forward to is like I want to see more Death Stranding. Just like show me more of it. I want to see more of it. Even if I don't get to play it, can you play a little bit?
Yeah, because
please,
what
on
is
the
that
stage?
game even?
What is
right?
it? I need to know. It's bugging me. It
It's
haunts
a
me at
giant
night.
acid trip.
Yes. I want to know.
All I can gain from it. Like that's all I've gotten from everything they've shown so far.
Like it haunts me.
What
Like
the fuck is happening?
what could the gameplay possibly be like? I don't know. it's a mystery to me. But I hope that we are going to see more of it. I just don't know what we're going to see.
I hope you control the baby.
Yes, and you do
God.
this.
And the weird supersonic scream from the baby in the thing. It's just like,
Oh God.
Kojima, call me.
Do we think that he's gonna go back down the third person action stealth
I could see that.
trope? Do you think that he's gonna go that route? Or do you think it's gonna be different?
I see a mix, but I see a lot of it based in that kind of gameplay. But yeah, who can
There
tell?
was a sneak section. Sneaky sneak.
Sneaky sneak.
When you were not Norman Reedus, you were the other guy. I already forgot his name.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, that guy. When he's like hiding in the pipes.
I love their
Not
bromance.
pipes. Was it pipes? I don't know.
Hideo
It
and
could have been pipes.
Mads.
Big pipes.
Yeah, really big pipes.
Big, yeah, they were big pipes. Yeah, but yeah,
I don't know.
He
I
loves
feel like
Mads.
that world's gonna be so weird.
That,
and
does
so
that? No, that doesn't. That does not.
big
that
pipes.
doesn't work.
Big pipes.
big pipes. Hey,
I like big pipes and I
I
cannot
cannot
lie.
lie. I was with you,
Yeah.
Summer. I was getting ready to say with you.
This is why I love you, Brittany. You're just like, you are on board 110%.
She's the yes
the shit.
and of every situation.
She really is.
Oh, that's great.
Wait, you were saying, Brittany?
Oh yeah. That game looks so fucking weird that I almost, if it's gonna be third person, I want it to be like real close, like over the shoulder, so I can get as much detail as possible from that world. Because like weird baby things and weird things just happen in general. Kojima game, I want to be able to see all the details.
Yes,
So I don't know. Third person might be a waste. Maybe not. That is
we'll
all.
see. I just want to see more. How about you guys? What are you looking forward to get your hands on?
Well, for me, I mean, I know this is going to sound 100% biased because I'm working the EA conference, but I said that Anthem was my most anticipated game. You can go back to our show in December of 2017. Like, Anthem has been my most anticipated game, even though it's no longer coming out in 2018. They're pushing it to 2019. That I need to see more. I'm so ready for them to just like open it up and be like, this is what a large chunk of the gameplay looks like. We're gonna talk to you about who the characters are. We're gonna show you.
Hell yeah!
Because like that, what we saw last year was good.
Mm-hmm.
Whetted the
Just a
appetite,
taste.
right?
Yeah.
Too much of just a taste. Though.
Yeah,
I
just a
need
taste.
I need like a nice hearty
Need more.
chunk.
Yeah.
Good nice, yeah. Stick his teeth into it.
That's what I'm really excited for. Oh, and of course Spider-Man PS4.
Spider-Man, yes. Oh, I'm so hyped for that game. I cannot wait. I think that's the game I'm most excited about playing. Like, no offense to Red Dead, but I'm just a Marvel girl
Well,
through and through.
I don't even think Red Dead's going to be at E3.
No, I mean just for 2018.
She means this year.
For
Okay.
2018, yeah.
Yeah.
But that is the game this year that I'm most looking forward to playing next.
Well,
is
it'll be
Spider-Man.
so different, right? Like from a lot of the things, because we haven't had a really good superhero game
Yes, exactly.
ever. I mean, there's probably like some that were okay.
Oh no, the Arkham. I think the Arkham
yeah,
games.
yeah, the
That's
Arkham
true.
games were
Sorry,
fun.
I don't know
Yeah.
how I completely forgot about those.
The Arkham games were
It's
cool.
been a while, Summer.
I'm also really hot in this apartment, and I'm like sort of losing my mind.
Oh my gosh, get some water.
Please stay
Chew
hydrated.
some ice cubes. Take
Oh,
care
yeah.
of yourself.
Just cover my body in ice packs.
Just
Then you
not
can-
frozen bread rolls, okay? You
Frozen
know
bread
those
rolls. I don't
alone.
have any more of those. They've been devoured.
I
She
saw
ate them
that
all.
clip. My goodness.
Well, Steimer, which game are you super excited about?
Anthem. I'm right there with you. BioWare fangirls unite.
Ooh, ooh.
Also very excited to see more of Spider-Man. I think the one game I'm not necessarily excited for, but most curious to see is that Days Gone. Like, I want to see what they come out with to either win me over or to confirm that this game will not be for me. I'm just curious to see which way that will swing. And then in general, I live for the moments of surprise at the conferences, like where you're just like, I never in a million years thought they would do X.
I love
So-
that. I love that feeling.
Which is so
Yeah.
good.
Anthem is definitely my most anticipated game that I know I'm actually going to be able to like see. I know it's going to be there. That's the thing I'm much looking forward to. If Resident Evil 2 makes an appearance, the remake, I will blow chunks out of every orifice in my body.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Oh,
no.
We're going to be sitting next to you at these conferences, so if you could just
I
keep
already
the
warned
chunks
you ladies it was gonna
inside
happen
your
if Resident Evil
Shame
Should-
yourself.
Should we
Stay
bring
out of the splash
ponchos?
zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the splash zone.
Yeah.
Bring ponchos. I will cry. I will sob. I will probably crap my pants.
Oh my god.
We'll bring some Febreze.
I'm gonna be real excited. I'm gonna be real excited. Also, very much looking forward to Smash Brothers.
I just like the visual of Brittany actually crapping her pants is something that is still stuck in my mind.
Oh, you're welcome.
I just remember how squealy you got last year at Bethesda when they showed Dovahkiin as in Link's outfit.
When you're drunk, that's amazing. It's amazing when you're sober, but when you're drunk, it's just 10 times more. I'm an excitable person. I'm all aboard the hype train. Woo woo. I don't hold back.
Nice. I loved it. It was great.
That's good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I got you.
Who do you want added to Smash?
You know, I can't even say that I really want anyone added to Smash. I'm just excited to see what they... I mean, the Smash roster is already pretty freaking huge, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just excited to see what overhauls and what changes they make. I want to see an online tournament system that actually makes sense. I would like to see some third-party characters added. They always have a few. I would also really, really like to see a first single-player adventure mode that's been kind of omitted from the past. Yeah.
That'd be
but
cool.
Enough about me. I'm on the show every week. Everyone has to listen to me every week. They don't want to listen to me anymore.
Of
they want
course
to hear
they
from you,
do.
Chastity.
Of course they want to listen to you. I want to listen to you guys. I'm here to listen to you guys.
Thanks. E3 this year is going to be an interesting one because clearly a lot of people have tried to get out in front of potential leaks by just being like, we're just going to announce stuff now. It's been a more like robust pre-E3 set of announcements, I think, than really we've seen in the past. You know, ex-CEO Kaz Hirai, that fake Twitter account, which is really funny, was tweeting a joke about how it's like press conference battle royale, all of the developers with announcements enter, and the last one standing is the person whose game hasn't gotten leaked or something like that.
Yeah, that was a really good tweet.
And I'm just like, man, it does kind of feel that way, though, that like all of these announcements are happening ahead of time. And even like big reveals, I look at like what EA did with Battlefield 5 and having Trevor Noah on their like 1 hour reveal ahead of the press conference. It seems like so much information to give out ahead of time.
Yeah, that was a hefty production. I was expecting more trailer, but it was a hefty production.
Yeah, absolutely. I know when we were doing our prediction show, we didn't really do like too much of these crazy hype, out of this world, really like ridiculous predictions. But if there was like a dream, like wish list game that you could get from E3 this year that was at least like had a shred, a tiny shred of realism of it being a thing. Ladies, I'm coming to you next. You better think about it.
That's a tough
question. I already got my answer.
Oh, please go first. That's
you're ready.
A tough question. Yeah.
Okay. Ocarina of Time released in 1998. I talked about this on the prediction show, but I didn't get the chance to really go into how much I would love it. If there was a remake or a remaster of Ocarina of Time, that would be it. I know I say really gross things when I'm excited. Like I'm gonna blow chunks out of every orifice in my body. It's my reproduction system.
Like that. That's what she does.
I said my reproduction system would fall in my body if the Pokemon Switch announcement came this year, or released this year, which I still feel like I'm entitled to my reproductive system because the core title's not coming until 2019.
2019.
But
you are entitled to it.
You're good.
100, yes.
Thank you, Summer. Thank you. Yeah, that's my number one, like hands down, boom. Or if there's a Final Fantasy 9 something coming, which I know isn't going to happen.
Wait, what would come for Final Fantasy 9?
Oh, another like like what they're doing with Final Fantasy 7, something like that.
Oh, like a full remake.
Yeah. Oh God.
I mean, they have their hands full. I feel like they got to finish.
I know.
They got to finish what they started.
That one doesn't even have a sliver of hope. But the Ocarina of Time, I could see some shit going on.
What if they announced a teaser for Final Fantasy 16?
Oh.
Too soon. They're still doing DLC for 15.
They still have DLC for 15, but I would love to see that.
Do you think they even have a concept yet? Or are they like,
absolutely. That game's definitely already underway.
Definitely.
I put it out of my mind. But
they must.
I feel like it took them so long to get 15 out the door.
I feel like if they showed something from 16, everyone would probably laugh. Because it's like, bros, you have Final Fantasy 7 still, Final Fantasy 15 still has DLC coming out, and now you're going to tease this other game. I don't think they will, but if they did, all right, I'll lose one ovary.
I mean, even if they did, that game wouldn't be coming out for like another 10 years.
Oh yeah, I'll be retired by the time the game comes out, but that's fine. I'm here for the hype.
Britt, what if Konami came out and was like, Silent Hill, Xbox One exclusive?
Okay.
Wow.
So that's interesting because I have never been able to get into the Silent Hill games. And the reason for that is because, as you know, it's been a long time since those games came out. I was a wee lass. Something about them like literally freaked me out to my core, like terrified me. And since then, I haven't been able to play them. That said, I haven't really tried since I was in high school. But if there was a core title coming to whatever platform, I would absolutely play the shit out of it. I would be all over that. I'd like to think I've thickened my skin up a little bit. I can handle those games now.
Listen, if you can play half the stuff that I've seen you play on your channel and the stuff that you and I play together for Lights Off, then you can definitely handle Silent Hill. So I thought that was I threw it out there because we haven't really heard a lot from Konami lately, right? We obviously Metal Gear Survive is a thing. You know, Pro Evolution Soccer is still a big title for them, but they made a big show of saying that they've retained the title and they've retained all of the rights, obviously, to Silent Hill. Obviously, Kojima and Guillermo del Toro not working on it at all, walked away, but doesn't mean that they're not going to do something with it.
Oh,
It's possible, maybe. Not likely though.
Yeah.
Pie in the sky.
that would be awesome. I don't have the nostalgia tied to it like a lot of people do, but I would still get very, very, very excited over that.
Yeah. Steimer?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm a simple girl. I want for not a lot. Another Viva Pinata would be great. They'll never give it to me. That's okay. Although I do really like the idea that spawned from last week's show when we were talking about Pokemon Quest, and I was like, why is Pokemon not made like a Viva Pinata style game? That would be amazing. You just have like a little garden thing, but it's all little Pokemon, and they all come to different ones. Like, this would be brilliant, and I would play the shit out of that. So,
That does sound
even
like
though
fun.
that will never happen, I think
Well, never
It
say
should.
never. Pokemon does a lot of weird stuff, man.
I would like another Pokemon Snap. I would like another Pokemon Stadium.
Pokemon Snap seems to be the one thing that I consistently see from several people throughout the video games media. Everyone's like, Pokemon Snap.
Seems easy. I feel like they could just do that. Like, so just do it.
I agree. I want to see another Pokemon Snap. I think if anything, they'll just shove it in the next Pokemon Core RPG title
Yeah,
and make it a feature of that game.
They can make a mode.
have a snap mode.
Snap mode.
Yeah, they had something like that in the last Pokemon games on 3DS. Nothing similar, but I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. You take a picture of a Pokemon and that's it. There's no like going around in a cart and throwing balls at its face and making it do shit.
That's true.
Yep.
My dream, my like pie in the sky announcement I want from E3 is Portal 3.
Oh my god.
I want a Portal 3 so bad. Fuck Half-Life 3. All about Portal 3.
Yes.
Because I feel like that's actually realistic. I don't
Yes.
think Half-Life is ever happening. I think it's dead in the water. But
No, you're
Portal,
No, they could do it. They
Will
should.
they?
They
Who
should.
knows?
They should.
there were like rumors and stuff a long time ago. I just kind of gave up hope. But
There have been a lot of rumors about things at Valve.
yeah, I kind of want Valve to go back to publishing games. They could do it.
Yeah. I know they had a co-op mode, a multiplayer mode in the last Portal, in Portal 2.
Right.
But if they made the full-fledged like campaign also co-op friendly, I think that would be freaking awesome.
Yeah,
I'm all
that would
excited
be
now.
really
I'm all hot and
cool.
bothered. All this talk about Ocarina of Time and Silent Hill and Final Fantasy 9 and other stuff. Man, let's keep this show going for another 2 hours.
Damn, so much hype. Ocarina of Time. Oh, that would be amazing. Amazing.
Oh.
Then I could actually maybe finish it.
Yes.
I never finished it.
It's so good.
Don't you shake your head at me. There's plenty of things that you haven't seen or finished, Brittany. Go ahead. Just roll it around.
Her head's gonna roll right off.
All right. Well, this has been awesome. So unless anybody has some incredibly important / urgent E3 predictions or news they just must talk about.
No.
Nope, let's get this show on the road, folks.
You guys,
Let's do it.
It's almost time. Don't forget, Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Technically, 10:30 a.m. Pacific time is when the pre-show starts. We're going to show you some behind-the-scenes look at what's happening at EA Play at the Fan Fest. Again, I'm co-hosting that with Jose Sanchez. You can find all of the live stream info at EA.com. You can also watch the live stream over at Gamespot.com. They will be having the stream there. I mean, there's a bazillion places you guys can watch the stream. Please, come watch. Come support. Yeah. There's going to be a bunch of people trolling me in the Twitch chat. You know this. And I need you guys to be there to help me out.
So they're not worth the time or effort.
I will say that I was pleasantly surprised that somebody started a Reset Era thread about my EA announcement, and the responses were almost all positive.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's so great.
That never happens, you guys. It was really exciting.
I'm
Pavement
very happy
Road,
for you.
Andrea Renee.
Yeah.
Yay.
So it's going to be fun, and trust me, you don't want to miss the Anthem segment.
Oh my God.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm allowed to say.
Hype.
That they are, yes, they are showing Anthem at EA Play, which is not, that's not a secret.
That's not a secret.
They've said that. But don't miss it. And then we will be live at 4 p.m. Pacific time at Gamespot.com for the co-op stage. And you guys can check us starting at noon Pacific time at Facebook.com/E3Expo. I'm also hosting a couple segments in the Coliseum. So the Coliseum is a cool panel section that Jeff Keighley is producing. And you guys can, I believe, watch all of that stuff at, I think that's also at Facebook.com/E3Expo. I need to double check that. We will have all of the links up on a post. We'll have a center. We've had a lot of people reach out to us to ask us if we're going to do a meetup. Chastity asked us if we wanted to do a meetup. Mm-hmm. We sadly couldn't make it work with the timing to do it at the GameSpot truck, but we're hoping that we could maybe do something by the seat of our pants. But if you guys are going to be at E3, make sure you're following us on Twitter at what'sgood_games, because that's where we will be posting any potential meetup. It'll probably be super last minute if it happens. We'll be like, hey, we're at this bar. Come and have a drink. It won't be as organized as the PAX East meetup was. But we do want to see you. If you guys see us, please stop by the stage. Please don't be afraid to come up and say hello. We would love to meet you and hug or shake hands or take photos or, high five and talk about what games you played on the show floor. Because that's most definitely what I'm going to probably ask all of you. So what did you see? Because that's what we do. We share our love of games. Britt, did I miss anything?
Nay.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Wonderful.
That's a lot.
And Chastity, where can people find you if they want to follow your shenanigans and find out what you're doing over on GameSpot Universe?
The easiest way is to follow me on Twitter. I'm at Chastity_V, or you can just subscribe to GameSpot Universe, youtube.com/GameSpot Universe.
Or you can do both.
Do both.
Yeah. And then we'll have to have you back at the end of Westworld.
Please, yes.
We can
I'm eager to talk about
it.
Yes.
It'll be great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful weekend. We hope you guys are as hype for E3 as we are. Britt's face is my favorite. And look forward to our Live from E3 podcast next Friday. And we'll see you guys then. Bye, everybody.